Projafo atrase Tony Montana waha yenhwere wawa no de brain foreign stories no pamcho oti enka live ewo enkrane mpotamu nyina Kessben 92.9 sanso na DSTV channel no 364 Go TV channel no 173 mo nyina akwa ba Tony yebeko ho na fe odi amano ni nsem no a brain line now bet me the messages afa so 0551599933 0551599933 monfa messages no emra na yankinkan emfa emamo I be rap boxing and sense mu kakra undisputed super middleweight champion of the world Canelo Alvarez was a trainer said din na yedi entra Tony the details no ebebre ibewura golf and so mun sensem kakra Gareth Bale and a golf stories kakra ewa ha ni nyina no odi ebebre the debut PGA tour ibewura football sensem kakra especially transfer stories emu na latest abanyina no Tony de honsem ba bja foso transfer ni nyina no omobeka honsem na fe yewura clubs no emu akohwe nsempa ekoso enso ewo ho Chan tournament ekoso ewo Algeria sese Madagascar omo atopo Ghana group na sese no sese no ebeyesen ehifo ena omo behia omo ehifo ena Ghana enso ebehia omo ewo sa kansie mu na other stories o nyina nso yahwe na ede abremu akudam no etiti topa ewo Australian Open numu member no hifo na qualify amoko quarter finals no man no so no ye be na quarter final matches ni bi ekoso hifo na atetiagu amo ebeko semi final no omo film ni mo ko semi finals ni na no emun sensem kakra ewo hansani aba o memu abehede ekoso enso ewo Ghana ya attention no ebeba stadium manfo enko na enra sorry bia epia Diana Stars and bofo akwata no 3-2 score na epia ansana match no eba ni nyina na videos na de ba nanso no proof evidence ewo hen amanfo si wenu mina aka ho na emanipa enko park no eka ho bi na obeko park na matches bi ho score line di nka akra babonti ansana ball no cry yabwa na hadwin ye papa your other local stories will come make you babe transfer in nso abre Tony
Godfather, good morning
say
nyame adom na nso
yakopa adom bibia kama pa
ede nyame ase all me da CP award winner yen konkofo cross so yen share from the world of tennis as usual yen ko Australia ho and Oxy Open or record na emmanuel final na nopa ye the latest results here the boy say Yenya Bikina or Chijalina Oskapenko 8-6-4 and then 6-2 game ongoing. Jessica Pegula on Victoria Azarenka and a first set no Victoria Azarenka winning 6-4 after and a second set in air cross Jessica Pegula at that form and 3-1. Now me adu much na remember no quarter final games no ebe to ask you na ibenya Kukudam Novak Djokovic and Rublev ebebo na Emmanuel Plitkovia any Lynette abo Sabalenka any vekikin so ebesia we tennis Oxy Open Sam kakra yen to also our box na fienwam our Canelo Saul Alvarez or undisputed super middleweight champion na wa confirm say nyame adoma Macy's obeko na sabout no enye bout keto num say okoye surgery ntiafei ana all peke wa start ya o trending na opponent likely say on John Ryder ana beko Sabout no ebeba so eno Macy's and Sabout no ebetimi abaso nti on the 6th of May why the bedding kunim yebetwen na fe May 6 ye hu winner between John Ryder and Canelo Saul Alvarez or honomo yen free ho na yenka golf na Gareth Bale orator from football and cherry former Real Madrid and Tottenham Hotspur amo player obebo World Cup no Eddie Emma Wolves na confirm sampa obe making a debut ewo golf mo PGA Tona eba so AT&T Pebble Sajumedie no and Gareth Bale and another player what you said golf no ebe shase obeka one of the 156 amateur golf players no NASA tournament no and also a team so yanko Brazil. When you say about the football, rivalry a very thick and we are strong pa Brazil and Argentina. But more about the footballer. Now so make us say Lula da Silva, Mampenio wa Brazil or Argentina says here na a political. Jumedia be a question a politics and now ordinary one shame. Na Jumedia question and another player guarantee interview say Brazil and Argentina or the rivalry at Domontem. Now so World Cup way final match Argentina France no. Because of your messing tea, no support Argentina. We and some Brazil, a man penny that betuja, and to Brazil near Oberfan say, some man penny Casa, all supports Argentina, or better rival, so World Cup way, or Munjin, and for Insomnia Champagne and Argentina, and a J World Cup way, EDC or and so and also. Yanko Darren Bent or your former England and the Tottenham Hotspur or more attacker Obekai on your Samojan baby jet or Sunderland we say now we are baby jet ebano and even half a season and Darren Bent okay because now Samojan a Jan web you know now not in power Darren Bent and Talk Sports and also Man United play for the Antonino or the ball Ekwan Hosa or skills and so on Jobia or your football YouTuber we and then some Darren Bent or the two if Anthony Man United or player no.
Do you know what I mean? Like he's doing all this stuff, but he's not going past anyone. It's not like he's doing a trick to manipulate the ball to go past someone. He's just doing it for the sake of it. A little bit like the spin. Like at the time, I was like, oh, come on, it's only a spin.
For what you're describing, some people call those players a YouTube footballer. Is that what you're calling it?
A little bit, yeah. Like you clip up all the best bits of a footballer, and then you look at it on YouTube. And you
Darren Bent say, do bet me that that's Anthony, and they say, oh, a football YouTuber. That is already an skills. No, bet me enjoy your YouTube name. Say, oh, Jina Park so one chobia as well spin it. Ojina one side, one area. Na Ochan Hosa Teno or Kobasa. Then so skill way. One fan chubia. Darren Bent say a dinkatia. Arsenal for omo new strike and number 9 go say no. Ekobasa Gabriel Jesus and Hotonum Pa. And you can say coach no or drop a dinkatia. Now the next England game also got a Southgate or fix it a dinkatia. Yente Darren Bent and our Talk Sports.
England's got Eddie has got to be in it. For me, has to be in it.
Does Jesus get back in?
Not right now, he doesn't. Look, listen, Gabriel Jesus at the start of the season was
What
phenomenal.
a statement that is.
But he doesn't score the goals that Eddie scores. He's a better player, all-round player. But if you've got a guy, Eddie, who's scoring goals, playing really well, Arsenal continually winning games, how do you take him out? Eddie's probably waited his whole life for this opportunity to start for Arsenal Football Club week in, week out. And look what he's doing, scoring goals at will.
If you've got a final tomorrow and Jesus is fit, who you start with?
Right now.
And Jesus has got maybe 4 weeks of match practice under his belt, so he's fit, he's match fit.
Yeah, he's match fit, but Eddie's in the form now.
Yeah.
I'll start with Eddie.
Do you think all Arsenal?
For me...
We air Darren Bent, former England, Sunderland, almost striker. Also, Sekobasa Gabriel Jesus air fit, not a dinkatia air fitter. Per current form on the Darren Bent, or be fix it a dinkatia, because dinkatia on him goes to Shepa. Now, Jamie Carragher, Enra, on Gary Neville, our Monday Night Football or Sky Sports, not any easy. Okay, Gary Neville could cancel Premier League Arsenal on the bottle. I'm going to win first, a Man City, not second. Aquakoye Manchester United, maybe Arsenal for Abba. Even before Saturday, ever Sunday, or can the same thing. Some United be Arsenal, Nanka League, you know. Man United, Abisa Arsenal. Now, so they man for Enra Gary Neville, Edeka Kra. As also prediction there, because will be a right and will be a wrong. Or does it do, Gina? Say Man United and the Man City, Abisa Arsenal for Yente Gary Neville.
The Champions League with City, the way City are playing, we all expect them to kick in, but you're thinking, when is that going to happen? I think it will, of course. But I think if you're a player, you can tell me this. If you're a player at Manchester City and they're getting spoken,
you did say it the other day.
yeah, last week.
To be fair, obviously it was 6 points ago where United could have beaten Crystal Palace and Arsenal with Casemiro in. They might have had a better chance, but you know, Arsenal were far better than Manchester United yesterday. I've got no complaints whatsoever. But they could have been 3 points behind Arsenal. Sat here when I said that last one. I'm still going to stick my prediction because then they're the predictions. You can be wrong with predictions.
Oh, we know. You want to know what he said about Messi?
Yeah. Oh, to be wrong or prediction. Or that's it, baby. Ojina. Say Man United, about this second. Man City, a Belgian league. Now Arsenal for edited. Now, no, and on the same show, Jamie Carragher, so on the Gary Neville, and Premier League, no Arsenal for the Belgian. na Champions League gunu say Man City as a whole and my attention no ewo.
I just think the Champions League with City, the way City are playing, we all expect them to kick in, but you're thinking, when is that going to happen? I think it will, of course. But I think if you're a player, you can tell me this, if you're a player at Manchester City and they're getting spoken about that, you've not won the Champions League, they've won the league 4 times out of 5. Once they start getting to March and April and you start getting to quarter-final, semi-final of Champions League, and don't forget, Arsenal and Europa League, it's a big difference. I just can't help but think those City players know if they win the Champions League, it doesn't matter if they haven't won the league in some ways. It's only, for me, it's a bigger trophy. So I just think Arsenal will pip them.
Look, there is that danger situation.
Way any Jamie Carragher, any Gary Neville, and Monday Night Football, Sky Sports Kakra, or my editor Jamie GD passer between the league and the Champions League. League no the City of Manchester about 4-5 years ni o ma dominate ya name Champions League no any more target. This year league ni the Arsenal for ana ebeje. That would here, Man United goalkeeper no also no United when a couple of trophies no watch it to na name still or hunger. So bet me aje more titles at the Manchester United.
The main job is to try to reach the trophies and fight for them. I won already some trophies here, and it was amazing, the feeling, and for the fans as well. So this is what we are trying to do it, try to improve and be a
we
good team.
end David here, the safest pair of fans, Manchester United. That's trophies no. I'm not target tennis every year. I'm going to back and I'm Eddie Aman Club. Enra, you're better yourself Frank Lampard, the toughest Everton for Asakino. Now, you're Everton fans, be doing come. It be more a blue board no. But how cry the also no ni bakery Jume Kodo on fan share Everton on my board ninsa or chip shopper on fan share Everton on my board ninsa cry.
With this club you could see anything coming, couldn't you? With this club they're a disgrace. I followed them all my life. They're terrible, and the people who run it, I wouldn't let them run a chip shop. They haven't got a clue.
It's a real shame because Frank connected with the fans when he came in. To a degree, the fans did so much last year to unify the club, and Frank helped with that to try and get us over the line. But his record since has been.
Oh, no, Nimsa. Wakase ti omo pa. Faso bi faso bi ya faso na ewo mo so no. Ase swadodo. So bi beka se on fa ne bakery ground Everton board na.
Debbie. The chip shop no.
Wow.
On fam
mo so mo re. On be say no. Everton board. Wow.
We a disgrace.
Wow.
Everton fans no.
Ebi no ano yo. O do atempa but o kan boko. No do atem. Me mfa me bakery share board no sa.
Me chip shop no. Me fan share board so be say no. Everton fans no ana ete o monka enra o masake Frank Lampard. Christophe Gartier, PSG manager no. You will say Blanc screen Obada Ben January ya no so last summer na no mo peno na on team confirm say player no oba January and answer next summer. Simon Inzaghi nko for bona chi say aden and am Blanc screen agent ababon tin say player no contract no all renew na so still omama na kwanya e ma Blanc screen oba captain Amban enra okodi red card ni kwan sam so na coach is plan no training kwan dia obey you because the form no e was slow pa Minolo Zaniolo Roma form player na Tottenham for pen wa kan yes ama AC Milan enti Zaniolo and as I said there AC Milan for enso ehwe ade animu Madrid derby no eba so Thursday Copa del Rey na David Alaba ne ho atona sa game no ya available Carlo Ancelotti penkwan dia Alaba bebo edetia Atletico Madrid Barca amebo against Girona this weekend e La Liga no na Signora omo kit political jesia Barca for ayom jesi number 4 no eno and as I say next week omo pese omo she Daniel Alves say omo ayi no e dey free baby ano wo no eno aye brains 1 no prisoner no wo no omo dey call brain 2 for no gasa ni safety baby omo dey ne kone dey omo gidi pa say obenya eniema enha no kra nti omo move no kakra award winner still mo pese mo sign you
say na ekoso
na
ekoso
what is say UEFA for munti omo dey rule bebeba so team sign player 6-7 years say the football person
omo ba na ewie
omo dey bear 5 years
omo ba na ewie
na Anthony Gordon
yeso a nyansa da ho ye ton a nyansa da ho ye koto a nyansa da ho ye ngwe Juventus ye no mko ye ya and one bus man to 15 points. Yes, I did balance your books no Debbie. It's not and so I don't know.
Some more
Anthony, but Ozai
more Anthony and Nana from Everton. Na minim the motive place. More than Godfather.
How many footballers? Oh, they say yeah, team no fufro. Yes. Na ye be kan ho no. Mo beti enka Chelsea. Ai me wo mpanifo bi a Chelsea. Da o makoma on pe Chelsea sa, but o mo mpa koma tie. Say akoma say ye ne. And this is almost support akoma Arsenal.
Oh. Omo winning tea.
Ai.
Omo winning season tea.
Oh, nyeso omo winning. O say Arsenal breadudu.
Okay.
Oh, Arsenal breadudu. Na Arsenal City omo aje na nsen so omo ji toto aso na de. Omo mpese club bia be challenge Arsenal. Ntino the support no we free Chelsea or the come Arsenal this campaign. Nipa no so ya me bondin. Enra na me no office. Ko we nyina akire me.
Wala me huni pa.
Your friend lawyer ko na kesi.
Esquire.
Chelsea me no ho. Okra ope Chelsea kra che me. They then enra de o ka kire me say wo do support ko Arsenal. Okay. Ye be na me ka say campaign we are na kra no tena odwen ho ka kra say
Enti okono. Yen kan so kono na.
Ni nim komo nchenche ene ya bibe bia bonte. Ene ya bokiti bebe. All right. Enti na ene so no. Okay.
Godfather.
Through call ya na onya oyere. Joyce, enya no kre. Sisi ni on no football biom and on sports biom. If is all worry no, and now only share ho, on your call biom. Who now stop on more?
There be the responsibilities not those. And yem all you know.
Taba ko school kra usua de ni abrisua de no na time e call. Answer na okusia na kejitia. And na ko say ho. I feel the call no once kra oni bi.
David.
You sorry coin. So what stop on?
The responsibilities
okay.
not those.
Come Mickey. Also a true sports yeah. And I was doing now your mother.
Oh, sports yeah. Masam naka. And I said I Tony.
Sports yeah.
And I miss me masam now Parker. And I did Tony said I Tony.
No, Tony Joyce there.
That's no catch him the obabe.
Me say Tony and Joyce call ya no
true call.
Kusia na kejiti ya no ko twetwenya
and fine.
Me no say.
Aye. It's Joyce the responsibility adults.
A true sports yeah na so do nya mother. And I said me what? Yes.
No way.
Time
I said this no way.
Me work Kessben.
Aye, me ditum.
Yeah, Kessben first now. Okay, did you make a be honest? Oh, ditum.
Aye.
And I didn't know.
Aye.
And I'm here so crying on Yana because he and I'm Mrs. Kusibrimpon on Rodian and
Eddie Bremo.
No, Bammy Matica Cram.
Mamma Macra.
Me man, him. Wouldn't I be worrying? Worry woman now stop woman. Someone for the you. Mrs. Kusibrimpon. Also, the now the brain na Mickey now banana Ujay. And now would do birthday, Mrs. Kusibrimpon. Anka cry and Yabian Manka. Nay, one pa, Mrs. Brimble. What are you going? So cry, one maybe. Birthday.
Hey, we did it, Bravo.
I dare now with Gemma and say, Mickey, stop. All right, yeah, Doko. Come into you.
Via leaf. A blood tonica, I was someone num. Wobia, Umaja Swati. When I take a crabby no abre. I hear when you tell Briwa. Blood tonica was someone num. Aye via leaf. Nom sa blood tonic bi ebe bo ma sa problem no so twa e dia ma wo bia omoja so wate obi a onante kakra bi na wabre obi a erwe ni su ta briu via leaf ana wasam nom kopesa blood tonic ni bi nom minerals wom vitamins awudo wom a be build ni pedua no e de ama any drugstore chemical shop bi abeko bia no obenya bia to na wo so etimi akwa akonom BOG vinegar. And your vinegar, papa. Now you should have vinegar, bia. Ababwao. Na vinegar, dear, your money. Vinegar, no better man. And I best also to be the raw vegetables. o vegetables na oba be eyi no na so oba be di no se kokumbo se carrot se lettuce awaso horo ho se de be ya bacteria se na wo ho no se de be ya eye chemicals na ye di spray so no ebe free mu no wo yusu a ebe boa wo yie papa yi bacteria se na free ho na sanso eyi chemicals na wo mu no e free mu e dia mawo eno ni BOG vinegar no doctors pharmacists and aye utimi num ko nipadua mu onum BOG vinegar no ko nipadua ni ma de koye de ma nie ekoboaw e build immune system no ekoboaw e ma blood circulate ye ekoboaw o cholesterol level no e maintaining ye e de ma o sugar level no e boa digestion esa so take place ye enunti kope BOG vinegar ni bi faworo vegetables ho nenyi chemicals enyi bacteria enfiri ho fama na sanum komu unum komu a de bekoye edema no ena ma chirchiremu no BOG vinegar de any drugstore chemical shop bia no obenya bie ato sa akukọ nkwan ebe de akukọ stew no ebe da na chese akukọ tasty ena wo se okotobi wakukọ nkwan ne be de ana se wakukọ stew no ebe de wo ye birthday party engagement bi unya akukọ de akwase bomade kope akukọ tasty no visa akukọ tasty no ena ede akukọ tasty no ye wo broilers ewo ho ene ye wo layers enso ewo ho edemaum ye sanso tonkosua enu nti furniture Felibert Co store Sabat Motors echirope abinchi ene wo ye number is 0208 111 476 Ochia herbal powder num Ochia herbal powder ni bi na usisi yare no enko usisi na untimi fanante untimi fanda untimi fentrumika untimi fanya die bia no eye Ochia herbal powder no ena be masa problem no esu twa ediama na wonno Ochia herbal powder na wie no wo STD no white na o menses na mba ye no o koko no o pressure no empomo gudie na wonya de no o libido no stroke na nas ulcer no eye bonus e de emao Ronaldo Virginia Adaromenti ye the picture of the day no at the bar the yen so be Facebook ye Facebook no aye Kessben television okohwa obe share program no o share program ni wi a na wa like program no na fe picture na de beto so no udo ne pakodi e de ato de no akomko
yeah
akomko
yes
akomko
yes akomko
atuntwa ho
tushire
okay ne powder nti ko na phone pakodi mfakoto eye Kessben television or Facebook odi di koto a ya ma 30 Ghana cedis airtime 30 Ghana cedis momo 30 Ghana cedis data Ronaldo Virginia Daromenti ene de emao Lodes Company Limited akontium sembiano Lodes ene be mo akom obeso ko Thailand uye teacher ni na ko kira de ho eya Lodes edo obeko America memu ena peso ko na ko kira de Lodes Company Limited edo obeko Kata ena beso ko ye adwuma Lodes Company Limited anasa South Korea akwentu bi abetu bia no ye be ye de amount won sabeka visa wie ansa na sika no wetimetua edema Lodes your number is 0540 477 565 0540 477 565 Freya Lodes Company Limited our number we so Charistic Ventures and the Zahara Man Capsules and the Abejasu Kope Zahara Man Capsules in Binum and only Man Capsules Sandoma Bema Betimi Abuau Ebabuama Bema Sabre Wetima Bojuma ye the Zahara Mr. Nini G Capsules Aba Ubenuma Boom said Dronum Boma Ebetimi Abuav ye papa STD Bia when ye biano Ebetu Asien Ede Amao Zahara Man Capsules Zahara Mr. Zahara G Capsules and num any capsules are was so you see. Okay, Mr. Kobra Jemfi Infansia.
Masai Asum Ebiem na wasi Mrs. Brimpong on the ma me na me hu akrantia ya grilleda. So no this animal ba.
Ai na
esu kwabrane jodopon. Na yes. Stick ni shame the day in the akrantia ya grill.
Mr. Kobra Jemfi
unya oba ne free mu ane bana na kwem o ma ne man o stop on man na upon George Grant na emmo
William Thiero picture and the two so picture no.
Yeah.
William Thiero.
Onzo
pa.
Yeah.
Liberty Kotoko Black Stars. Yes, Obobo pa William Thiero. Inti Thiero.
Why no win here?
Ayoma.
Mahweni dear.
Ayoma.
Mahweni
Ayoma Abubakar Sadiq. Ayoma Abubakar Sadiq.
Okay.
And or the bar first. Inti ne yakoye meeting. First. We dibido. Undi bido udi kind of bar udia.
Simple.
It is simple. They don't. Ayoma Abubakar Sadiq. For number to your Facebook or na yemfa usika no emfa mount.
All right. Okay. Yankwe nyambo china mesa nyafofro. Mrs. Brimpong, good morning. And now birthday wampa. All right. Hey, your sports crew have been marrying through the sports program. Tony Montana, KJT Aware. Is left with Andy and Awa Mohammed. What about Sir Franco Naro and Achi? Did they also get their wives through the sports program? You people are enjoying through the sports power. Barros in the do free BBNE Abba. Barros with them in you. Okay. Obia enjoy. Be them in being free. The next one, I'll say the best thing to have ever happened to football is the EPL. The level of competition and the quality are overwhelming. No league has ever made football such exciting. Dennis Wise would weigh a free sprinters Accra and Abeka programming who and Anope Dennis Wise. Yeah, got the next one. The Everton fan has said it all. Lampard Ofunu coach Kwakudia Asempraso una the way a brain and Anope. Mifru Kwakudia. Why the na say way Benakojo Foko Boatin Techiman. Good morning, sir, and your respectable pundits. Someone needs to check if Thiago Silva is actually 38 years old. Barely a wrinkle on him. But in all seriousness, the way he plays is incredible. Never injured, physically strong, and seems to be getting even better. Perfect role model for Badiashile and co. Greetings to the regional commander of National Ambulance Service in the Bono East region and able men and women working hard for Mother Ghana and Bono East. Benakojo Foko watching and the way a free Techiman and so Abraya and Anopesajo. The able team, please help me thank God for adding a year to my age. Apostle Samuel Ben Afo, Family Chapel International, on the way and so Abraya. Apostle, you wish you happy birthday. Yamishra on your Cassia na on Trewashim and my Mau Quatintin on my favor strong Kokra Apostle. Yeah, Twaso. Why in the way, Brian? Good morning, sir. Please read this for me. In 2003, Roman Abramovich bought Chelsea. In 2003-2004, Arsenal won the Premier League. In 2004-2005, Chelsea won the league. In 2022, Todd Boehly bought Chelsea. 2022-2023, Arsenal are comfortably leading the Premiership table, and I hope they win. 2003-2004, are you thinking what I'm thinking? Ato Abdulaziz Bansi, Udwefi Kwadaso Agric and Abraham. But you can see any no Abdulaziz, dear in power no person. So when you're lying, no. Good morning, General. I want to do demonstration. I want to demonstrate, okay, for the sacking of our Professor Chumesi because he's sleeping on his job. I need guidelines from Sir Franco Naro, Governor Brown. Way every bipasi abreye. What is a Naro demonstration or your expert to Moana? Okay, Joe. Good morning to you and your wonderful crew. In fact, nobody should dare say Joe in this life, because he can break any hidden news and issues. I really like your style of leadership. Keep it up with your boys. Elder Sapon Abebio Nandom Upper West Region and Udiwe every other elder. Na so what to say? Nandom phone. Good morning, Kessben Television. My name is Kwame Long Story, KLS from Accra Sport M. Na Kwame o message no any day. O chire baby awo na o say.
It's Sport M.
Sport M.
Yeah.
Unimo. Oh okay. Ewo area be.
Oh free barrier. Basa the Obata Financial na crossover na ho na ultra crossover na taxi rank bi o. Sa road na.
Ya tuba makwanu. The Ghana Football Association will appoint the Black Stars coach after the elimination of the Black Galaxies so that no one will talk about them. Junior, Uruwe from Finso and the Abakan program no ehon. Mami nyimi enu bin free later na about others no and so. Chelsea all the way. Dambai, Oti region and Rubin Makeku Uruwe and so a free abre. Dambai Oti region Rubin Keku. Mamifawi later ever others. So good morning, boss. Please, I think Pep Guardiola would love Arteta to win the EPL. Sana madri ayemo. Okay. They try to the buy and more comment to you and I remember will be about my program is so be a way narrow.
General, Namia do be fine. A chair was at you. I'm so bad
in fact, I'm for my energy fan park no it's who are my kind of fashion.
Memorable one.
Oh yes.
Probably the biggest in the country. Well organized, well attended, well patronized.
Yes.
And you saw enthusiastic fans.
Yes.
It was lovely.
Yeah.
I wish you could have it again.
Sure.
Yeah.
Now, DNA, and I pay.
And Namura Canara Veres, I say,
okay.
Namura Uganda.
Okay.
Arsenal fans of Makoto Trophy. The dear Simonti Jubilatia Yachibiagum. So,
okay. All right. Now, local stories in there. Coming young from my dear, but on a pay, or develop a Diana name. Bofakwa game.
In case you say now the FA says they are interested.
Oh, okay.
And they want to look at it.
Okay.
Okay. Of course, the galas is on bonus and some baby Susan and from him. And Uti Black Stars coaching now. MCC the applications in a blue every phone.
Okay.
I be too.
Yeah.
But we'll look at it. Out here the tester now say train galas in the free man for Babella show more. They announce it last coach. That's a blast. Say a man for independence. But I think that as early as possible the Black Stars coach ought to be announced. They constitute the technical team. Then they would have to start scouting and working in earnest.
Okay. All right. Andy Kem. Yes, sir.
Two coaches are now be out this after an illustrious career. England being a new breed of coaches. Yapam Gerrard, the next on the block of Frank Lampard. Obviously, no fans not an editor of SOCD, but so fans in some no more kana. Omunine Bob board nechi, but you know, I'll blame the boss 40% and I'll blame Frank Lampard 40%. Chelsea for decided to renew Thiago Silva a contract.
Yeah.
I think he deserves it. Darren Bent say he didn't catch the whole year. This is about bench no. England from friend in the national team. Omuntu Mbwase kakra. Omasancha CBO. Omuntu Mbwase. You know.
Okay, yeba na fe we any others among for ye di ebebremu. Na Marijate.
General Black Galaxy bomb pie so metimi ayebibi ewo Algeria. Now potential metimi share Cameroon. And Niger anymore. These two countries, you know, more that so or tournament in more. Two teams, you know, measure more performance that's far. Okay. And so not just a Galaxy show money my back me to be as I say I'm gonna talk Aquamu as I'm to progress, you know. I'll be talking about those two teams. Okay. And of course, Sky FC or Division 1. Now so be Karela dear free media, we need to look at their performance near Boma Basso.
Okay.
Usually Yana Division 2, Division 1 falling to me and mark the last stages of the FA Cup. But Sky at me Karela Frimo or Dabuasi 2-0.
Okay.
So in addition to the Galaxy game, you know, general, what I'm interested in.
Baba Hadia.
Sergio.
Yes, sir.
Sergio, Felix Romuald, the coach of Madagascar team, no. After so much Sudan, and also he never doubted the capabilities of the team. No.
Okay.
I said, Joe, in a group I was Sudan, Ghana, Madagascar. Chan. Madagascar appear my first championship. Tournament. No more top group. No. It means that they've replicated what their main national team did in 2019. Egypt. Okay. Was our first championship. AFCON 2019. Madagascar topped the group that included the Super Eagles of Nigeria, Burundi, and they topped that group.
Okay.
I think so. Omone Ghana, any Sudan, a group. Omo top. So ye group C nti, and group D ni group E so be bo mo nti. Ye bo wi ana ye hu omo amoko omoni mo nyina dodo nti. Said the new tate edika kano. After say Madagascar top group no potentially ye ntimi hia the runner up of group A na nka ye top group na ebenya no ti. Ye di second. So ye train you be free group E no maba. And say Joe ye be CHAN tournament na e koso no. And Seni Dien one of the goalkeepers eba AFCON esa call the World Cup. No, he was the third choice goalkeeper for the Senegalese national team. Okay. After Alfred Gomis and then Chelsea goalkeeper Edouard Mendy. Sergio Matisse at Tottenham at table no as one of the possible replacement. Recent poor performance of Hugo Lloris. And Sergio Oko US Open result by Cecilia.
Fresh pa.
Okay. Yes, fresh pa. Oko ba muna.
Victoria Zarenka and Jessica Pegu.
Yes. Omowi.
Okay.
Victoria Oko semi-final.
Oh wow.
Yes, Oko semi-final.
Wonderful. Okay. Entina and so and on the kwaba na ni nyina de honsem abrem. And so na manfo interest pa Andy. Ye be wie extra time program no. O say second division for ni first division for mo share premier teams no ni we are not here corona among for say interest and no no. Yes, messages ni calls na there but emu de me refi Alaji Yaya Jibril, yes.
Or send a message by.
No, a friend after the program, immediately after the program na Alaji friend.
Okay.
And I say, sir, White Eagles soon pass seven American. No more second division, no more second protocol. You free FA Cup. Players officials no dressing room money kobo be 9:30-10 and I do. Corrupt supporters go about this obabu.
Into the old common akusia and say
Obi Frel catch us say ti the me can na
surprises
FA Cup ni.
And Erika say surprise ni see amun masu see ti.
Okay, surprise ne ba ye kan. And I remember ka say se Comoros so Ghana dia the ko omani mu nyina ye channel the energy not to talk about the Blasters as to why Akofema to the level that Comoros has beaten Ghana. But the second division team any Kotoko Bona say almost stretch Kotoko. Now you can't we don't have to accept that. Now okay say surprise in a bow baby but baby no surprised by a bedroom. Near Kenya no to surprise.
Supporters in me man.
Supporters in me man.
Anka Benam Kotoko Freeman ka obo se gbo tija.
Omo film busaniti on stadium. Oso upon your mo ba no mu nyina di na chi. Say your team mu nka bi maye o na mpanimfo ni good team no. Ase mo mu di ja no.
Yeah, and so winning.
And so winning
no.
No, even after a movie training, that is what they told Newton.
Because of performance.
Because of performance, they were not impressed. And it is not the first time Koro wasn't impressed their supporters. This season, they've not been impressive at all. And the only Asema coach Beka and say injuries. Meanwhile, Kotoko team, all the key players played except Danlad. Makola boy, he's their top striker. Infigi boy, what a game. Agadas boy, Justice Blay boy, Sharif Mohammed boy, Mwanaka, Danlad and Mwanaka.
And they made references to Tamale City game, narrow draw, Olympics game, narrow draw, Bibiani Gold Stars, narrow draw, and a Benab game, the Babes also narrow win. So that fans no our point. They made references to these games.
Okay. And to young comrade, eba man for me, man. Alaji Jibril, the longest serving as Antico official, team manager.
Yes.
No, Alaji Drew baby obey you. See you. Acting CEO,
yes, why be that?
He's the longest team manager.
Yes. You don't know Kako to Kasama Alaji. Alaji baby, I will be assalamu alaikum.
Nah, match na omodi amuka ba.
Yeah.
And omo bi mfiri mu da. Some will be a free mu da so omodi amuka ba. Nti DSP be asida, but isi e kan won.
Orlando filmmakers so kwa o say yen hwe the other side so. Also, we should rather be praising the second division teams for good performance lately. Now, the second division teams have good players and coaches. Time be my ebeche honso.
Yeah.
My yenhwe se kotoko ye big, has ye big, ne hwan ye big, ne second division for we yi omo a. Yenhwe second division teams na eba no so ahoden. Amodeba.
Especially Ashanti region second division teams. It's quite a more fast to organize a league in recent times. I think Kotoro Moya Depa are very competitive. So cost centers West School say
enjoy games
enjoy the games. Who say Ebon in no Ebon in the park in now. Yeah. Now better baba around here who different.
That's it.
International premier now could share second division no in a year. And a motivation wise, for the second division team, Bernabe FC had a chance to play Kotoko at Babayara. For every single player, a World Cup final for that player.
Yeah.
So for them, coaches in Mresombe motivate you.
Yeah.
They will run every single effort or person or pitch and so. Into no big team, no. So quality in this rock crabby, I would make a difference. One way, they will be more motivated to fight against you.
Okay, entina eno so eno no yehwe ha na yehwe ha enso kakra Orlando filmmakers so kwa ede ono so ede buy eno no. There are 4 people who can't keep secrets in Ghana as a country. And these are Large Gruza, Kennedy Japan, Efia Schwarzenegger, and Laka. Ronald can come Awoshi Accra and the Wiyaba.
So you will my anticipated, but I am okay now.
And you know what I'm saying?
No, it's about 2.
Okay.
That's what
okay.
Say, still are a Guzua Doko. Okay.
You know, I'm
Silicon Hotel, 7 Yamayo.
Wow.
Yanka wasn't Bia.
That's a video night.
Video me.
Listen,
okay. There are 4 people who can keep secrets in Ghana as a country, and these are 1 Alaji Gruza, 2 Kennedy Japan, 3 Efia Schwarzenegger, and 4 Laka. Mati, medamasi. And the girl. Yeah, chaso.
In no particular order. Yes, if you are 4-1 on a list.
All right. Yantwaso. Hansuna, hey. Wasum kaka uyi na oni chances are. Awa.
Ozo oni chances on that.
Follow we wasum. Comes when ni chances are.
I want to any chances na say.
You better was in later.
I want
I go start every hard journey.
I say what kind of transfer
who.
I don't know what kind of treasure was on the room. I want to need that. Who the best has any Franco?
And the girl, yes. And with you.
England, them are a very good generation, and in recent times after the 1990 team, yet to in the English golden generation. To be very honest with the setup, my team are my cap, but ye kai production line only players more present here. At least game boy against Brazil in 2002 World Cup, a game will be the kai ye trade David Beckham ni John Terry money Ru Ferdinand. Gary Neville ni Ashley Cole the bar bisi when Rooney ni Emil Husky ni who say a teamer that was taped to at least so bet me nyaka back but in all my team but so fan from club football all these players excelled in the Premier League, in the UEFA Champions League. That team way there opia born homody, and after their illustrious career and decided so be going into coaching. Inti say Alex Ferguson mrantie no omuko coaching mu yehu Gary Neville wantimi amfa ntentam Valencia Paul Scholes ko ya na ntempa pressure ba no dwane ye inti asem obi aka ene say Alex Ferguson no aben na ni players ni nimbo but when it come to the coaching field the omko no omumode bon so ani because omu nyina obi antimi am perform and omu de continue. Now after that particular setup Scholes was an exceptional midfielder. You who the exploit of Frank Lampard within the Chelsea setup. Steven Gerrard the nanka. Even an ordinary Liverpool setup was shown a class. Intinaka did 2 coaches and are these 2 former players. So mu benya opportunity. No one so akwa so mu betimi asele within the grounds. Steven Gerrard nyane time was Scotland. He was just okay in Scotland. But now so onya a platformer. Obetimi asele mo bia hu se at least Steven Gerrard ntimi anye Premier League at least the players available in the team omo de amano no there. Gerrard betim dia EBB. And omo de Aston Villa e de man. You know, Gerrard beji team no wantimi amfa anya hwe. Eventually he was fired. Nanya Aston Villa team obeka se omo ni materials. Se wonya time ahwe omo team na a team omo quality ankasa pay their standard. In recent times, you are not talking of Aston Villa of 1982-1983 where they won the European Cup. But Aston Villa in recent times, Aston Villa after Gabriel Abenla Hobono said your team nisi ejina. Hwesika omo for Diego Carlos. Taro Mains has been consistent in the English national team. Ebrebi oka ho. Wo wonya chance atwa Emiliano Bundia. Wo wonya chance atwa Oli Watkins. Omo kofa Philippe Coutinho ebai. Douglas Luiz and Arsenal chasing he was the number 6 for Brazil in the Olympic Games. We mu nyina Nigeria da ntimi e na okotina echiri mpanimfo ja ne kwan. Frank Lampard abet na Chelsea ya but the pressure at Chelsea and the demand is so huge. And mpanimfo se there be baby omo di team na call there o se Lampard omo ja ne kwan. Na omo kofa coach fufro and omo deba and a general Lampard so kotina echiri. Now Anche na Everton man the platform again. So when you the biggest stage no one team SL there. Omefa middle table team no nhwe so betimi ayi bibia. In fact, from 2016 5 Mosiri be fair team no. General was spending 674 million euros, which is equivalent to 500 million pounds. Into sika the opening not to be a guankasa signing 44 and over players. Sika the omo di bia she team nim and omo the team ja Lampard. From Roberto Martinez, Ronald Koeman, Marco Silva, Carlo Ancelotti, Rafael Benitez Modest, and omo the team ba be share Lampard inside. Into a team at the point no omo dia former Champions League winners. Omo ntimi anya anyin yi. But Lampard be fair team no and a general. In as much as any team nesenke and Benitez no. And if you follow Benitez after Real Madrid, baby a wako biya ne more de bon so any. E the ba see Newcastle or the by Everton. No continue and on the man Frank Lampard. The last game after Jordan Ayew ateki 2 goals on a branch of Fene Mateta. And I Richelle Sene Cave Lewin. Mo ba pack be share 3-2 e save Frank James Lampard. Emma ne card the Premier League in the 3-2 win munya against Crystal Palace. Until Lampard and survivor. And penning for Pamono and almost had the team in Malibio. And a season a chassis. Into being him at least Lampard and survivor lead dear. Opportunity on their money will bet me a EBB. And you know, the team has been moving from bad to worse. Everton team now want to pay their all standard. Team can show money materials. So we teams to say Newcastle United. So we team to say Brentford. So we team to say Brighton. Players a crew money the kind of performance or munya. The only problem because Everton and say omonya the technical instability. Inti bench hono. And they be almost sense and yemusa. Na de bia yeka. You know all to sika gumno now here the right personnel to take decisions. Inti supporters ne say omo mfa hwe ema penimfo no find Mosiri. And there is merit mo omo mfa team bia na say bibia mo hwe so because after spending the money in the market the right decisions appointing the key personnel no be azumu position am team let me akọ you and that is the standard of Everton now. Saturday yebebo game na mka say Everton any West Ham wo obe lose game ni bia on be pam coach no and you know eventually no aye morning sports na and a bass on my Pam Lampard. But we are 3 p.m. and a fight must refer Lampard and a cat team what eventually they have to part ways and no party ways no. Until Lampard for a second time running, I want your opportunity in a platform will be any so beating I said no. Lampard and Timia SLA and you cannot blame the board alone. Sika was so mudi tum no mudi atum. But you know the right personnel on the bench I was say or this our players we a year Juma no munya results no clearly is missing. Until Frank Lampard the you know you name so be saying your second third opportunity e will team be apart for now. Gerrard was disappointed, Paul Scholes was disappointed, Lampard defines the word disappointment. Inti eno ne nsema ebeka England be say nya obi amuna ba be replace Gary Southgate after Obeko and as Obeko out for a foreigner. Eno ne nsema aka, but these players enjoy a platform, and after illustrious career, you know, a coach in the or match that review say coaches are not born in England. Chelsea decided say Omobe extended the contract of Thiago Silva. Ebibia saw her Chelsea match Nkuyi Nansen. The kind of performance at Chelsea at mano. So your supporter now here on games now you'll not be happy. Oh, your football fan, that's all you neutral, that's all you fan, you will be happy. But there are certain key elements that you can pick from their team. Two things. There is an improvement in terms of goalkeeping after Mendy Elusu from Kepa Be Azumu position. And Obi Awasha Kepa Be this time we no opportunity to be imposed for me. But impressive than Onyab opportunities previously. Hakim Ziyech has improved. Kai Havertz has improved. But Thiago Silva has been consistent. Comparatively to all the players, Saoka Piki Obia. Chelsea Koto Koulibaly. Omu Koto Fofana. Omu Chaluba. Omu Timi the Caesars for the quarter Ebo Central Defense. Se say crowd omu de Badia Chela Babeka hon. A young lad I almost expect say on also be share the me about the very top. But in all, under 3 coaches, the 38-year-old Thiago Silva 17 a position. See a be obia no be no obia ba e onu no mu yin nebo. At his age, you don't expect him to enjoy more minutes. You only expect to manage him. You only expect him to manage him in terms of big games. But he has been outstanding about his competitors. And so a game against Liverpool clearly defines everything. The blocks, the anticipation, the leadership qualities, and the organization at the back. Defense there, especially central defense, your position, and the ultimate popon here because of the maturity and the leadership qualities. No, but Thiago Silva has been exceptional, and you know, and the game now born in as much as when you know on Chile baby about World Cup no be a exceptional World Cup, and on Chile baby as the coach to grab any moon. Into your semping for man continentally. And the young guys no my banning son said they are better than him. Into also Mujan and Quine. Into now me can walk up and say, hey Pepe. Ruben Diaz bought top flight. But you know, at the World Cup, games now Pepe Bobo and who the difference between him and Ruben Diaz. Experience ye key, and these guys are showing at top level that given opportunity they can still excel. I think so Thiago Silva 1 year so man can one. You know, wait me, Abu Mama name it me Yakuyi.
I crazy. With the one pair.
Okay. Gary Neville say, "Wow, because Antonio Conte they are living support on with cash piano." And you know correct, and I totally agree. Conte frustrations are what family nyina no, you know. Yet me transia me nti Conte ase. In 2 windows, you spent £200 million. Say juvenile one concern on spending sesicano. Say Inter Milan or one can spend this scan. I agree. Say the Premier League, the competition not too much. The competition in the Premier League, you know, it is not the same as the Serie A. You are talking about the top 6, but Serie A, you are talking about Inter, Juve, AC Milan, and then Napoli Ababeka. Atlanta and Lazio Matiada. Roma Matiada into only the financial clause to match these teams. But England there, Obieto, and when you have Everton that have spent 674 million euros in from 2016 Besina, Nepi Beach that will say Obieto. Hesika Everton spend it or the last market. Hesika West Ham United spend it or the last market. A catch also Obieto. But so share the Tottenham Hotspur standard. What they want to achieve, any baby or mupes or mudru, not you know in 2 windows. You have £200 million again. There are teams that are performing better than Tottenham Hotspur, and those teams don't have players better than Tottenham Hotspur. Nobody can convince me. Say Newcastle United team no be team in job. You know, I'm players at Tottenham Hotspur. So Conte must keep quiet and make sure say you work to end the results. We're a top class coach. When it comes to league, he's an expert. European competition, ultimate more. But Europe or FA Cup and is still in contention for the Premier League. Inti kasa atenti an waka seni nyina no January emfa so bia ni so sika de Daniel Levy amani bi And the earlier we be concentrated to compete for the top 4, the better. Send the move food, say unshia penny, so be cansem, you know, nina for so be any so because 200 million pounds in the market for 2 seasons. How many teams will spend that kind of amount? The content must be quiet and you should make sure say you know obey me aye juma.
Hawa yebeto so ente Franco Naro and so edini de eba can welcome Mudrik to the Premier League. He's bringing back Eden Hazard's pace, quick feet and work rate to Chelsea. What a fantastic, marvelous and incredible great signing. Come on, Mikhail Mudrik. Said them Baba would we Ifrin Koko and Abekayensa and Anopay. Said them Baba everywhere. Good morning. I'm Joe from Domahin Crew. So when the government was distributing the distributing the COVID-19 fund, they didn't give the Ghana Football Association a little of that. Okay. The branches of the Abba, I don't know. We say good morning, Joe. Please, I want to ask Andy and Newton, can the current Arsenal squad win the EPL? Officer, if we Dam City, Akosombo, and Abre and Anopay, Dam City, Akosombo. Kwame Shanghai, Mami Jodie, say, Joe, before betting, this canker of match fiction existed in our football. It's easy to pin it on betting, but somehow it's what has escalated it to some extent. Generally, our football people are the main architects. No match can be fixed in Ghana without the team's involvement. What I read on Kessben website on Bofuakwa versus Diana Stars FA Cup was very shameful. It's hard to say betting is common in matches in the Brong Ahafo region. Kwame Shanghai, Edia Ode Abre, and so no. Kwame Shanghai is saying, me twaswa na me call Reverend Father Godfred Ofori, Kenyasi Roman Catholic Church. Reverend Esijo, truth be told, to compare Heart of Folk players and that of Asante Kotoko, I can for a fact say Heart of Folk have already made players who were known in the league. Who were known in the league. But Asante Kotoko seems to be making name for some players. I always drive past some of the players who stay at Aprade and always walk to Aprade Junction. And I just can't recognize 3 players because they are either below the standard of Asante Kotoko and are not known, or they are not big in our league. Our big clubs used to command supporters, but if the stakeholders now want to give platforms for the players to rise, then we should just keep quiet over low attendance. In fact, the level is below the name Asante Kotoko in many regards. Can we do better than this? God bless you always. Reverend Father Godfred Ofori, Kenyasi Roman Catholic Church, and Adiwe and so Abre. Mamenshe DDA, Akumadan Senior High School, the church teachers now. I want to believe that given same opportunity, my good friend Anefi won't repeat his action by confronting the center referee ahead of Bofuakwa Tano Aduana Stars MTN FA Cup fixture. And sincerely, I was very disappointed that he couldn't apologize even after he slept over the incident when you called him yesterday. Boss, we need to ensure some kind of sanctity in our game, regardless of our individual disapproval. You people rightly called for an investigation, but failed to condemn his obvious misconduct. Elsewhere in Europe, we see fans demonstrating before or during their home fixture simply to send a specific message across, and that has been an acceptable convention. Franco Naro. Maimra Hona, Menje, Didi message, you be accepted now?
Very difficult.
Partner Kasafa,
yes. Very difficult. You see, first of all, my name dear Branty now or say at Titism.
At Titism
And what it is.
And all catching referees.
And no could do or who sent Crawford Betty Betty.
Yes.
Then he went to referee and says, yes, a game no. Ma fix it. Now you are involved in fixing the match. 3-2 now made it motion mama now.
Simple. That's more kind I don't know. Minimum going to assume we I hanya your bravo.
Motion man motion and cosa and I'm pam game that ended 3-2.
No say who say goes next start here Ebano. No free park. No free park or
you see, Didi.
And if you can baby I say match and you fix it. Also Ura Stadium no. Na nkofo kutukuta phones a omo bet. And okobusa mu I say
game
no 3-2. I know call referees no ko catch them say na metiti 3-2 and na metiti. Munhwe ye na sa de na amam. And who say adene eya bebe mu ano. Free park no so go. Na samani o.
You see,
attacks are all nyan bravo on you. Oh yes. No, from team officials, threats, court threats. I'm telling you.
I'll be threatening. Say, while legit, my allegation.
I say more again. I be follow pa. You're interested, papa. Very interested.
Didi.
Onya brand gentleman who chuno, but you are on carry. Carbonibia.
Obama football na year mompe.
On carry of us in Bian to be as
Dabi.
Me dem person we kaka krache did no mom join alike no say. You see say BBNC na Branty no ko wura tunnel ni mu a enka for me will not tolerate it because that place anka sakra no enye baby a ordinary fan ye man kwan man ko no.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, see a stadium now almost and this guy knows basically a lot of people our Coronation Park. Nanamfo bi aso wo twa bet game near 3-2 ye twa. Now he going to the referees to tell them say they are titini. Make sure this thing doesn't happen.
Yeah, baby, a DD can here kind of force or confront two referees.
Any zone no.
Any baby or boy.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Zone.
I say you condemn us. I don't know. There is
a bigger issue.
Okay.
Now they are now I know. Baby or call and any so call. But share the whole picture now. The bigger issue is the suspicion and what really happened.
Okay.
So no call baby any say kono. A very minor looking at the magnitude of issue now here discuss. And sometimes when there is desperate situations, it calls for some desperate measures. Okay. And by me, if you're interested in the case and they would want to investigate.
Yeah.
Say indeed, we investigate here. That guy will be a hero.
Yeah.
Because we're making sure that the bunny air no or by bringing into the limelight. More or less a whistleblower. It me, even though baby or calling you didn't video it. We hear my own video.
Yeah.
Or no, they are can ask much room and will be their video and the abana game in a bim. Yes, people who benefited from that score line will obviously not be happy. And then, so can bet in once a month. Your uncle for or more bet no they say your majuma. Into bo bet the same gunu. Now boom sikegu. Now the moment I will be sikegu, Nipanos or no tray. But let's be very honest. Suppose if for SO Muko Kejetiago party to bottom for Achoma, or to bottom for Sigan or Burguno. Bet and yes, bet. Nemum any quite will be no because a baby a quite general a bomb triple say a yes call line say near the Abraham or
Ghana Nipa and Betty or Magis a Coso Ewabuchi.
Baby, I brought you the Muchan more.
Yatigana, your cause us now, man, you say, basic, and be there, say allowed.
And it's allowed.
But two things no
Marco fixing game no no de be catch and conform. That is the problem. Enti Didi me and if there no you know I'm only hoping say Bibi probably free maba. Otherwise I will not condemn him for what he did. Say Bibi free maba, maybe we'll applaud him.
Okay.
Good. General Maminya, 2 stories quickly.
Okay.
Mexico are producing boxers baby. But I think that none of them and an undisputed champion in boxing. As we speak, we're talking about Saul Canaro Alvarez, the undisputed super middleweight champion. Now say you pray, ama omukoye ni surgery kakra but video they abeto abonten kyerɛ indeed he's coming back. Now he's in the news for two reasons. Baako ye interviewer wako akoye one eye GQ Mexico.
Obi memfa me the way kakra bi na so obi na ka kyerɛ me sɛ baabi a na fini referees no one say that is where we pass to our various stands after buying tickets. Okay. After buying a ticket, you pass through the tunnel to the stands.
I see.
James says, I said a whole city and says, it was a Sunya coronation back and I be you. Do to ticket, I didn't brave for her and I got trust stand to know.
So first, the one and Omufana, Omupesi protecting referees, so Omudis Adi and Ecovas.
Okay.
Until still do our before Wako.
Okay.
Until maybe there is an access for any beer. But maybe we could now know train referees. Canelo Alvarez is in the news for two reasons. Back on a GQ Mexico, Akoye interview na ninsem nyina. Omoye an interview no mbisa is who is the famous personality on the contact on the phone so. Ehwana quickly we yidi chiro say Cristiano. Na sa video ni keke. Seni AC trend no is just amazing. Omo de atoto during the World Cup, the interview okoye ya omubisa no Messi or someone Messi onim Messi. And indeed, and also baba ye problem and control last nama even about out ebe apologize for saying he doesn't know Andre Lionel Messi because people know say or follow football. Interestingly, last season according to Forbes magazine, only Cristiano Ronaldo ne make the biggest amount of money. So he's a big guy. For him, say, Obe decided or the Ronaldo, no, a big celebrity, no confo with their people even feel say, Obun Wabunfia. But the major news now is that at the end, Eden Sam Kakrabe to say, the undisputed champion, or her name is only the British boy, John Ryder, Ebeba back in May. On the already know, we are looking forward to an undisputed heavyweight bout involving Alexander Usyk and Tyson Fury. Now they're looking forward to say another bout because involving Saul Alvarez, Canelo, and this time around Abrantium friend John Ryder. No, they are looking at other opponent, but share titles I would only kitana currently no the WBO for first contender John Ryder, and it's the reason it Mujidi said they could do that bout. Canelo Kumbebri on UK da, and they are looking for his money debut in the UK. I'm sure as I say to me, Bazwa, it will be another Sam Shaw's boxing bout. A month for anybody a tree. Jelo, I mean, say Mickey Mubemami video na. Nano Kwesiada na Arsenal. Eche Manchester United show 3-2. Now ko PMO Uganda. Almost Chrome on pa. Manchester any no TV so no. Manchester United and Arsenal fans and they come here kwesi muache ukromo. Almost two teams in the support here heavy Uganda.
We no mo park go.
Oh, and no permission sir nam say opa mi ntie sound ne kakra.
Okay.
Assemble kone ba me team and Bob Marley and any power ba me team.
Okay.
Or say emancipate yourself from mental slavery.
Yeah.
My dream say we have still not been able to you're guilty.
But none ourselves can free our minds.
None but ourselves can free our minds. Yeah. We have still not been able to free our minds.
Yes.
Yet you couldn't support a brofono a bit so the mom because of their football. And this time around, Arsenal chairman you and Arsenal fans no got trophy. And no matter go mountain moto ni car near the jubilate okromo. A posi for him kuku. Oma bechi Arsenal for fans no 8.
I know what to do.
I'm not chichomo. Oma resti omo. A brand and so what can you man Arsenal fan. I'm an Arsenal fan.
Oman say here.
Oman say here. As I'm in rank one.
The name how much is
almost say Public Order Act.
Okay.
I owe Uganda hono. Some person would also say na mo ti gu montin twimo mume a ese mo je permit every
up you say the police for be do ye broni
o ma yere ne pampe
wow
bubi
police from Bema you for
wow
almost say chrome honum no some person what see montin now ye say demonstration now ye bibi say ya ese say obeji permit free police for na police provide eye bambo e de man na Arsenal fans na nya sa de no
okay
enti omo achichi omo eno omugu police care mo a omo de omo ko
they are right
police for your right
o sa hanyina
emra no
what my demonstration Ghana wa bra on
it was a demonstration
na do omo ye say
nipa no omo ni general emra no ho omo mra no kro omo according to human rights lawyers bi no omo say omo repeal sa aspect no but whatever it is
okay
general emra ho ba nyame asa ma ye nyansa ye de bomra no bra look in 2006 Ghana share US of A
okay
Ghana share US of A no bronze the University Avenue no so Ghanaians spontaneously and a Tigu Montino mu jubilate omo ha na police car ring gidi ombedu anoma block here adan the Ghanaians are jubilating into see a blocky road na omu jubilate was no mutimi nya kwan jubilate America Ghana sha America ama Ghana for jubilate wa America krom honum aposifo etunzo omu jubilate no omo aba blocky roads na ma omo say dey be a cars ebia ntumi ma between form so na and cause problem and a police na guide omo for them to jubilate common sense anyway look until we telling us say yemfa say obi blasters winning match here and saying Crawford Tigu Montin did the America to nyom etwetwe momo me street mu we police for no akochichi omo say omo amage permit
okay
but what I say
yeah
they were singing Arsenal now when the funny thing Abanet is so Uganda Sisiano omo biggest opponent no omo colors here red and in Crawford suspect is a red now we match baby no they are popularizing
okay
opponent in the colors
okay
and no Crawford assumption interestingly the police commander our region honum James Mabi also on one case or Arsenal fan but them rade emra inti se nemra ntena kwachichi omo de omaba obehwe docket ni mu no ahwekọ omo de nsem befa so
yeah interesting
but Arsenal for ti match one match we got trophy
omo ji bia
match one match against
Naro omo ji omo ni acho
general but problem
omo dia reho so many years
yeah actually with the hammy but match one match you know be man you know mo share no mti gumo
they beating every team
general trophy ni to trophy be no match
Franco mental slavery ni na e fa
trophy be o se mental slavery
so omo ti ha na omo celebrity Arsenal Franco
we are all guilty of
we
have not been able to emancipate ourselves from
this.
IMF
na Ghana. Franco IMF Ghana. Momunyo mania.
Ali.
No can who now.
IMF Ghana. David no. We dey say no credit am.
Yanko the undisputed super middleweight champion of the world. Oh we hold.
Franco kai no ne ba madum Professor Lumumba of Kenya. Ne otama speeches no.
Yeah.
Yes, otama me kai sa same speech bia o mai. O si yen support ye dia ne say de bia follow mo.
Ye bo ba ya hare ya yanko. Nkofo yi ehia na chese se ne CG. Yes, so we have not been able to free our minds of those mentals. Na sa Arsenal che one game. Makoto trophy. Atiesi one team jubilate. In Arsenal for game nti and the Uganda police for chicken Nkofo agugu. Omo nse ehwe omo jo mani omo to so ne ade eno mo jo mani. Kidra.
All right. Maminko. Hey, 10:52. So the one about it with the
sure. People say Arsenal question be say Arsenal bet me the squad we are Premiership no.
Okay.
I think the general it's been a long time and Arsenal do almost second trophy no. But Omanya very very good season. Sometimes person who's a team be able to me AJ trophy be and also successful at the end of the season. Yeah, now show the manager in question and sign up her squad no. Oshe Arsenal omo ebi bia na ya na gina pitch no so bono. Ya no mo ni depth bebre sa. Obako bench ubenya Tomiyasu sometimes obetumi ababeboa Ben White or right back. But Partey ni team munne ya yekase ya. Why the best Partey boot e dey adwuma na Thomas Partey ebono. And ya kind of said that Pep Guardiola to make offer other players from other clubs, not the Mabet bench. Other players started from nationals because Kevin De Bruyne ni honma is so be from Baba Yejumano. But Partey ni honmu se sie ya. Said yen katia ye Jesus Ejumano general when the be Thomas Partey Ejumano. Eye Keaton Ramsdale el go post him say oni honma when the Baba be say Ejumano rebound. The depth of the squad no general ya na e hard journey kakra say ebetimi pushu season nyanko bia. We've just gotten halfway. But equal 2/3 of the season no when injury suspensions Emma obechere ekwanya o squad no say any defa ebetimi abo atia. So one, General Arteta might have experience under Pep Guardiola, but the squad no ye so thick. And yes so thick sir ebetimi aka say Partey ni hono mo a obetimi aba adwuma no. Xhaka cry another player we the greatest ball winner within the setup. Oni hono mo one be Philip boot no. But enyansi ye nti no we can't say much. As at this stage, omoko kakra. Asama ato Lampard no. Me, I believe say as I say nipa hona wo ba as I say remodel whatever you want to do on somebody. Every coaching be a method and then hon moda. Be a you should ya successfully a winner pay. Pep Guardiola started wala Masia and Chene graduate no baba ye winner. Zidane started under Jose Mourinho under Ancelotti and no poppy up no diaba. Ateta Ebony didn't start under manager friend said Guardiola. Kakra na Ateta diaba. The same thing Ten Hag Obi refi the other day Nasa Franco Romandie. Yes, even as in Wenger days no starting or cry yes. Ten Hag ko Pep Guardiola ho e buying. Kusua de hye na se ansa no besna kwa yas. Ba okaya Frank Lampard ne Gerrard de. Omo wie ball no a no mo start adwuma. Amanko attachment to mubia nchan we ya no fast Scotland
and mom you English
general and they omo chiro mo papa
so we Rooney the same thing
Rooney so ka ho wan ko bia ase
but John Terry do so kakra
but onyanyi ni ti no
one na ko freely put to Spain no
and a post coach omo de man na 3 matches no Ghana
it was obey sports presenter
100
one am to share John Terry what the be team be man
say have a sports presenter be ko ha in friends
omo na yo omo duma nyame de mo wi ase and yo and then it
so general I think so they should have had time to learn this job and sound them because coach and yet the overball now Henry Munyina no mu dwane Henry those players were good but Munyina about out as players what I saw the Martinez ye na dia o se meso ye madibi
me no na adwuma na
anko ye no
Monaco ya no se dwane
ba na vision company nyo free ha no ba
oko Anderlecht
we no the free Man City dey and anyway 1 year or so 1 less than that
Harry dey no kwero hu se we nsu adwuma and wasan ba ma
ni pa na osua na adwuma na nkasa wasan ewu ntu osua de na osua kwede nipa na okusua de ono wasan okusua de
so
Roberto Martinez
if Uganda had won a World Cup does it mean the entire country needed permission from the police before jubilations take off? The police Jesse anyway free Japekrom and Abba very strong message. Though the security situation in Uganda isn't an ordinary one, they are already dealing with rebels as against a dictator. Lawyer Adumako Nyako Nadiwe Abba. Our problem is different.
Situation into
one here and Kofobi do Mokofra. Yes, as Nanoko as Najesi, no one baby Dinzi. Okay, yet was the Amamo Awa Mohammed Bra. Now, though the police overreacted, a stern warning could have been enough. This is like killing a fly with a sledgehammer. Good morning, Sunny Saliu Abofo and how do we and so by Okocha, the policeman. They cannot do my brother anything because at the end of the game the score line came through. You'll be punished if only the score line had not come through. Okay. Only an FDN.
Or a hero, me try maybe or a hero in my
but on money heroes are
say
Omo run
Yeah,
no
Fabi Okromo.
Oh, Fabi.
No, so on Yemresa, Kanda ha, piano home.
You know, I born in Pennyphone, Mudian Munan, say,
Wura Stadium. Nipa bebree obi akuta the phone. Ah, edi asem. Yesi match here 3-2 was a twabi na wo 3-2. Wow. Why na me say 3-2 edi na me say 3-2. No say no. Me both akwa de eno na me didi eno ma ni gie ne both akwa. Me pene masade we mbem. Na me hwehwem say no kra. Mako referees wo. Yesi match here 3-2. Mo ma ne mamo match ne say 3-2. Ampani po match ne 3-2. Coincidence de be ade no de na ekoso
enye coincidence
mo ma brand ye unto no na mo mo ano e osunya yo
but for kwada fem ache
ade okay mama here colossal my good friend Joe a tester just said where Anafi was doing his confrontation is the access to the VIP stand, and I must say it categorically that it is a palpable lie. The authorities at the Coronation Park have constructed a long tunnel right from the mouth of the dressing rooms straight to the park. I've been wondering how Anafi managed to break the internal security to confront the center referee. He had no business around the referee. Colossal. But I'm okay, Tiana.
Match commissioners.
Okay, MC. Okay. Oh, okay. All right.
Colossal, Baba, I posted you. Satan na fidina nkofo nyina gina musa okotoko ejina begina animu ho ba bia ye bobo na ho akra Baba ya sported you. Nti why is he say he has no business to be there?
No, he has no business to be there.
How?
That one is right.
Because it is not accepted.
He's not supposed to be there. That is true. And Crawford to me Omono, they are not supposed to be there.
Awa Mohammed.
Sergio.
Yes, sir.
Sergio, eno Madagascar share Sudan. So one of the disappointing teams are Sergio Mobile or Chan tournament Sudan. Group stage in a buy na obia junior say Sudan. Ena ebia umbetimi aka Morocco who qualify even ahead of the Black Galaxies of Ghana. Morocco bow out due to political insensema between Omoni Algeria. Amaka Sudan, Ghana, Madagascar. Near ball after 2 games as Sudan Abosejo, conceding 6 goals in that 2 games, losing 3-1 against the Black Galaxies and losing 3-0 against Madagascar. But Sejo enwa Madagascar for yadi, especially the second goal, Solomon. Sejo, it was a magnificent stoner. Ohu se keeper ne Pierre no chipo bono and the Madagascar sona yadi. Oma make sure say omo first 2 tournaments oma call in Africa no, which was the main AFCON tournament in 2019. Egypt, they topped the group, and this time around also Algeria, omo make omo debut at the tournament, tournament, omo top group. So what it means say Madagascar Ebisia new D second, group A no, which is Mozambique, our D second just behind Algeria, the host nation. So omo no and Madagascar, Beshia omo so yeah be train, and then the group game are so between Niger and Cameroon, and so what's your permutation now? Omo group on 3 teams. So what it means will be about 2 games. And Niakoban said Cameroon first game they played against Congo Brazzaville and they won 1-0. Nti omo boy ya no mo twen ene game a eba so no. And for Congo Brazzaville almost second game ekoye Niger first game I no koye goalless draw. So say we have permutations now. Cameroon 3 points, Niger 1 point, Congo Brazzaville 1 point. And adia a woman say Niger face a must-win situation to make it to the next stage of the competition because omu group no only one team pay and a be qualify. For Cameroon, what they just need is a draw. And where even though some of our players are more bad during the last tournament, we had the likes of Swaibu Maru as say were joining Orlando Pirates, so an experienced guy within the setup were free. But Thomas Bawak Eta and Jean Ngom Mbekile, Niobeye pull out during the recent World Cup. Emma Vincent Abubakar share Brazil no or no be part of that team. So I think said the Cameroonian team no ebenya that edge ahead of the Nigerians no, but what it means that they cannot downplay the quality of the Nigerians. Ebia no mono ultimate atimia spring surprise. Chan tournament say ya na Niger ba omobo omomo. This recent tournament ya na even Victorian Adebayo Interlice ehuno edi man buy. So we team now Abdulaziz Ibrahim and the likes of Omar Jibomu. They also have some couple of talents. And even Sobekaya last year there was a Nigerian team during the group stage of the CAF Confederations Cup. So for me, I tip the Cameroonian team probably to win or get that qualification and meet the Black Galaxies in the quarterfinals of the tournament, you know. And the other game, no, Mali, Mauritania. Say Joe, almost group, no, Angola ne woho. Angola the first 2 games wabonina about draw.
Okay.
They drew 3-3 against Mali and almost draw goalless against Mauritania. So almost games we. What it means say Mali and Mauritania, no, so almost the bet in time and enyumre. Near who why ne be qualify. For both of them, they have goal 1 point at peace. But Mali work superior goal advantage. Because on what go, won the game our boy, which was the 3-3 draw against Angola, and for Mauritania they drew goalless against Angola. So at me and then the draw like this, what it means a Malians team will be getting the qualification.
Wow.
What it means, no.
And what must Subium Ghana?
Yeah, no. Yeah, train Niger, Cameroon.
Okay.
Omo game no.
Okay.
Because yeah, this second. So omo game no any be determine why ne be qualify.
Be top group.
Yes, honum no who be top no be qualify because omo ye 3.
Okay.
Who this second now you are not part.
Okay. Okay.
Who say ye group no? Esa say Morocco free mun ti ne ka 3. So groups I have 4 teams no mienu ene qualify. First, second. But groups I have 3 teams no ba kope.
Okay. Okay.
So the no.
Whoever wins that group, no, ebe face
Ghana. Right. And tournament ni ye free more quarterfinals da. Ye peer free group stage we end in the
final.
Yes, in the final. So we heard him say this time around he bet me asa ibi. So jo anopeya na Victoria Azarenka. 2012, 2013 Australian Open winner Abiti Jessica Pegula. Edia go through to the next stage, which is going to be the semi-finals of the US Open. Anopeya nso say jo before say eba no. Na Karen Kashanov any Sebastian Kodebo. Karen Kashanov we need the first set 7-6 or we need 6-3 in the second set and only did 3-0 in the third set. Okay. So Sebastian Koda pulled an injury. So it became a walkover for Karen Kashanov. So what it means also ebekonenim to the semi-final. So Ochina you trained the match touted Andrei Rublev, probably anywhere the topmost encounter in the quarterfinals between any Novak. We say Novak qualified yesterday after beating Alex de Minaur, that Australian. So virtually Novak any the biggest name within Oma qualifying. So I see Novak probably winning his 10th Grand Slam. Elena Rybakina so last year, which is 2022 Wimbledon winner after beating Ons Jabeur. Also beating Jelena Ostapenko, 2017 French Open winner. So Elena Rybakina, that Kazakhstani international, is also going to the semi-finals of the Australian Open. Sergio.
All right, Awal Mohammed. And so no medi dwa kakra na fe yabatwaso ede amamo na ro se ba Orlando message here the by minim so we nya ho ayika. Now the investment in the second division team is very encouraging as compared to the previous times. Some of the second division teams have clubhouses, buses and license A coaches.
Yeah.
The least license that can even handle a second division club now is a license D, who must top up to license C in 2 years, or lose the license D certificate. That's how competitive the coaching there is as well. Okay. And the Ebesia and a hero
is a good observation.
Orlando because second division, the first division teams, you know, say Sabi Escafona Kofa now.
Sure.
Escafona be you almost met my teams, no more bet my yeno. Kofa Honina and no more building teams, no Eba. Okay, so about first division. Second division Benab,
Park Academy.
Yes, Park Academy, no money or more account. They don't want to be
it's what Metmaka currently it's about the most lucrative area.
Yeah.
Who players kakesi.
Yes.
The could have been to Yaka. But then no motor players. Transfer players if requirement on it. A Premier League teams and players.
You see that? Abasa until attention number hopa. Division 1. She can Japan.
Yeah.
She Dr. Kwabiti. She Dr. Keke Sapon. Mention them. They know because of your own interestingly, Kumasi as a Tikotoko. You can Japan. Obayabe do vice president.
Under Herbert.
Under Herbert. She was the Keke Sapon. See you as Antikotoko. She was the Kwame Chi.
So Dr. Keke as a chem,
yeah.
Not Dr. Kwame Chi.
Yeah.
Nations
FC. Yes. Mention them. Listen here, tin. In Romania, Bruno Mubo. All right, Mammy, need you a cry bar. Yeah, the other stories, no, and so Bremo. Now, Obusa, same way. Later, the Dakarina, about Orlando, Maunfa, Nina. I pity my brother Anefi. Anefi, a hero. I'm going to ask what happened to the Inter-Allies player that exposed the match-fixing game between Ash Gold and Inter-Allies. The guy was banned for 6 months. Meanwhile, had he not exposed the plot the way he did, the GFA will have swept it under the carpet, as they've been doing to all other match-fixing allegations. I pity my brother Anefi. In Ghana, those that do the right thing are rather victimized instead of being celebrated. Orlando filmmaker so quite anyway about Dr. Grace Bodu Nashe and I call CC Grace Hebel. Monsters then answer ma de mutra hotel maybe be America on outra hotel
say Joe don't know and for when
say obi aho ye de ah do be asa Dr. Gabi de o ye na yika krebe oba na Saboko all right Minister say doc na yento nkakakra Dr. Grace Bodu yes so na ultimate compete a sports program. I don't agree with Duba. Until I mention, say, say, Drew, you did that. I said, now, from crank. But more because I'm out for people who see somewhere, but this person level in that me, because yes, 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 it's you. Yeah, said we are okay with the uncle. Go on, so problem.
So, so, in tea, or coaches and Biaba. Amma, then dinner drew some kurubi. Okay, some kurokora. Wow, Doctor Bosso.
Wow,
well, Bema, my pursue dinner banana. We see Mamma name one. Your boy, who did you do to Rugu, come say, well, Bememo. Well, Bememo. What for us family?
Wow, dear, me, I'll grab it me a Koyama memina.
Hey.
It's simple.
Oh, sorry, whatever later.
It's so simple.
That's a better was.
Yes, sir.
Now, maybe the because Grace gift here trans ya and yes, she is education. Because opening, so we shall we are no business and want to say, no go on me. No catch as a bra. And could ye mammy unamo. And come up be on in a wobble. Won't mean anymore.
Okay.
As sanity. And a year. Good say yes sorry no pa it was a discussion concerning our bodies because and one a bit my boy opening ye kwa sorry de bia e ko kase ye pe heavy anko me ba je pe heavy anko a misere o ye the standard bia to atwa se ye meet sa standard no ansa na ye nya heavy anko e bi ni righteousness subampa that body way na create suban ontimi go preaching ntire bia o aboa se ontimi preaching ntire no we be preach ntire nipa nipa duano of faculties bia and the dani said righteousness and suban enti abra wo ka ade papa kire obi no e ko na adwene mu na adwene no e faculties bi and the ji asem no na adane na ye suban no portray openi se nipa bia kwa no saa no eyemra e be de na configure
okay
suban e be de na configure senpai no suban you get what I'm saying that is it and anything very important say ye nipa duano twase ye de hwe so yi openi ye wadro bi hwe Ghana abuse no ye friend Cayenne pepper sa me konti anti say no very good e ye dro pa ba wonim ye abuse no a e kan ni uses pa anka hwe mu a na kan sisi ye di no aduane every day o no e kan sisi ye di no aduane every day anasen ka kwa ye fa so use ne say mbako no nke noa na wo noa wa hata na wo wi a wo de aduane de bi e ke tin fresh a no wa dry o dry a ya noa ansa na ya dry o be dry ne sa na wo de coffee biem no wa yam no powder wo be didi a no wa sakakra bi de ai den e de afram we say no e na brutal because we say irritating effect it is a woody no over because of akajana me ba cho enchena obuofu yes yes it omo mutadi mekopa na ya check irritate omo enchena wa irritated but sen ka we use mekono on the right way say na me kan na opening ubo say a serve great purpose in our system now research bi I dey to abontin about health benefit of pepper cayenne pepper we say cayenne pepper is good for the liver.
Wow.
Tienio, first thing I also hear no, one of the vital organs within the system, your friend the liver. And we say cayenne pepper is very good for liver. Interestingly, cayenne pepper may reduce liver damage.
Wow.
The chance of reduction of liver damage, you know, we say cayenne pepper no, e decide you no. Mummy senti o, was inducing better digestion. So digestive system no dey aduane, na sentiment nyam ni ya opening ebe affect you. Bebranya stomach ulcer because of that. And watch us opposite digestive system no, perfect. Netimi yam aduane a, cayenne pepper right uses no, and netimi boy. A new study conducted on the liver enhancing effect of cayenne pepper showed that the active compound present in the cayenne pepper is called capsaicin, alleviate liver damage. Your phytoenzyme B or pepper num, your friend capsaicin. And the botanical name of pepper as capsicum. Was say sardiano and the booma cayenne pepper no, and your liver reduce liver damage. Sadio, how many people know this? Now no me batna I can the health benefit of onion.
Okay.
Do you know? They can help benefit of onion. E wa say. Try ade ba ko me di hye mema no, ne ma no nti ni ye pa. Obi o person protecting some vital organs here boy. The di kan o person some protecting na adwene, ni moja and the biome infection. O person cutting down cholesterol. Yeah. Feel like it will be na me ma. Sa de ya ya kan wasema kan pepe yi. Aye me konti antia no. Pe fresh one. Ba ko pe. Na onion na me kan say e ka obetimi ayi mako 4. Now the nsuo vote to aka say ba ko blend. O blend wi a e ka sa o be blend no now the sa kan pepper no ba ko pe. Ana mienu now the friend no blend. O wi a oh no man nkatwa de no asone so. Naka esi ona wo bo. Imagine benefit e be ma. Opening Bema and won't mean go road here and likely share unum to 30 minutes and say what compom. I'm telling you.
Hey.
Yes. Now on him.
Simple sir.
You are DB account. And I mean can say here. So unum na so me catch no ban be johnny. But I don't mean can say here because next week you be samba. I'm telling you. Bema enye easy. Say Saturday no Bema ni yusu me catch no ban be johnny from Benin. So bani yusua na se obema no so wan yusua usu be dwane. I'm telling you the fact.
Ma me fa no ma no ntu jamra. Me fa no ma no ntu jamra na wo de wo.
Me ntie we.
Owura ya o twa kwambe se de no wasi aba na no mo ogi asem ne mene no. O mene ho ntasi yo.
Why na ade we o ka che na o ma na no mu hwe wadi mi.
Ene ede ade ne di.
Kan ho ene jade
ko ma. 054 tele.
0543
tele 2
32
cello
00
tele cello
30
cello 54 tele
0543
tele 2
32
cello
00
tele cello
30
Anna cello 244
0244
126
126
12 tele
123
cello 244
0244
126
126
12 tele
123
to aso ne be wi a mesade de aka na so
Tio eti wo de wa hwe saade a making set me yes adwuma ebiem saade na ma kire no wo obi a ne junso toa ayen large no eti me katwom.
Okay.
Se junso toa na large more than the size na junso ba on eti me control.
Okay.
Eti me katwom. Ana biem obi a osra sofa or junso a na sabe the prostate hole area no na ene ya o de masani pa no nom sa de na ha de and the beam one thing etimi ye pa mema dodo na so what the second show one ya that's this no o tie mi a tie ni ye pa because say ya de hye rediem na say ya de ma enye papa wo e ma no munyansa no enye good munyansa no memoa because o dire lolo kwa ho sesi asejo e ma africa nyina e so fa arthritis condition
we no
kotodwe
okay
o de ko dire kwa ho sesi a
enye old age
much consumption of meat and non fresh fish the make not as here and the increased intake of alcohol and this is a problem number stop it start using what I'm saying na ade shall see you should be making na ade so what the honey can ho a brain enlighten say obi akakra na nugura fi what the honey can ho asa e be retain any message be obi akakra in the brain
eduma wo ye no
brutal the American yes okay. That's what I'm talking about okay. Na se moringa ka ho kurampo dia ene na asem no kura sei
o blendi onion
yes
now the walk on
o blendi onion kayen pepper no makoti antia no what does it ana nketwa de nsu na wo de honey ka ho a awurade a
baka de kuma se
yes hwa niam na bi mben me samo another filler another filler I dey beto abontintia was say the pepper may help to increase the production of digestive fluids enzyme eyam ebo ewo ya funum ebo ma eyam ade no se wodi mako no in the right way say na me kan no sa procedure na o say boa e may increase the flow of digestive fluids send enzymes to the stomach to aid in digestion and provide extra protection to the stomach against infections. Stomach infections. Based on animal studies, capsaicin may help to reduce high blood pressure. Tieniyo, obi an the pressure na dey ekosoro no. Say o sat little spoon, ba ko no the good so shame na so no mo a. Me pa cho it me ba form. Yes, me magino am obi ayebida. Dr. Sari wa wuko. Oyo obi na wo soro ode man no ekosoro kakra e na say reduce ye. And safilai and odemaye which also reduces the risk of developing heart disease and coronary artery disease. And panyinfo no enti na mo sisi because of cholesterol. Wa wi nam sa eti afi no moja no ankasa na kuma pompe enko. Wase kan no eye sa adwuma no. How many people know? Sa pepper no. Imagine and me bisa say imagine say me betna aka the benefit of onion. Na sa two way aka bom. Imagine the wonders it will cause. Okay. But I say eben yenim. Ya pese ya kire say dignity bi and the befi be bi aba. No abeka. Obeni ya che wade ya ji. Na so anyi ya. Se nyankopɔ che wade ai ben. Na so anyi ya ho. Ewiase mu no me e ka ho no. Enye easy.
Yo omede chamo keke no Dr. Dora Grace Boadu ashe omede
last thing me sa kire obeni nkuto uko no fa ya say
abante
abemo no obu o wa o se ni be ma na ya kakra na adum me ba cho best thing nkuto ta fa sra ho asa
o se esi usa na de sra ho
dabi penny mi anka sakura me ka kire wo because I practice in Jamaica
na no de
what fa ebo
enti da wo kan nyina wa no no osa de nkuto akofa
awurade yesu ebo aha
we me ka se me ya mema na
se we di and the man so no wo ntan use for their back
nkuto
yes
back and kire say ya kire spoke inside
back and kire
e brutal pa me ndada
ne to ho na
nyina eboa
yes oberi
to badwuma
one day ba we ka the health benefit of nkuto no one dey enter Spain and the order from Ghana most of the European countries and they know it benefit wonim panamba no tudwa e bia de person of friend obisa wanti ade bi ase ope ye kira kwan oha yare bi won so opese ye hwema na
ene amonye na me kura me de bisra ho da cello 54 tele
0543 32
cello
00
tele cello
30
cello 54 tele
0543
tele 2
32
cello
00
tele cello
30
Anna cello 246
0246
518
518
cello tele
003
cello 246
0246
518 cello tele
003 Grace Gift Herbal Clinic and Laboratory Services yaso ye Kumasi hanom ye Oshim School Junction Barricade Kwanso ena enkran pumpuni mantamus ye wo New Achimota Petroleum Bungalow ye ne Family Life International School no ena edi hwani mu ye adwuma fidwada kwesi ada anopa no wotwe kwesi anwumre no num ye home enti pa cha obra na saa asɛmode wei sɛm a wotiti no ɛno a ne de yɛ adwuma a yɛde san yare ho bibi fufuro bi anka obi mema no de obi obeba bia me de best
okay yɛbɛde mase ɛnɛ anɔpɛ Dr. Grace Boadu ahyɛ ka ho dɔm de abɛkyɛ kɛkɛkra no na enura ɛwɔ hɔ ne yare a saa hwee etimi ɛhwɛ no ayayayayayayaya ka ho na fa numbers the how bia frɛ kwakosi doctor foi eso na omo ye firo ntentem e de amount Dr. Grace Boadu de ebre no ye beto aso de amamo Kessben 3.3 live on Kessben television live ewo Kessben 92.9 Accra DSTV channel no ye 364 Go TV channel no 173 say yebeko Frank Newton Latte Marijata na de obabo no kakra o de abre ansana local stories no pi de aka no kwa Mickey enso ba betranse na fi o de no so atoa so amain Marijata.
Hello General. My set to her boss.
Bibia eboko.
Sure boss, my set. You run quickly now round of 32 of the FA Cup. MTN FA Cup no bounce over the weekend. The time and ra share Kumasi Asante Kotoko ne been up game because so Baba Yara and I share across folks so all exited to Dreams FC. Of course, BBL Gold Stars so a very bad performance against King Faisal. But and then Yenni Sky FC our Dabuase how Mutimi eliminated Karela a Premier League side. But you know, we keep saying, sir, Division 2, Division 1 for no, but I feel general more hard. Of course, drafts, say, were qualified to the next stage, other couple of Division 1 teams, and one of the games are, interest so much, a game way in particular, Sky FC in blue here, and Albania Karela, or ball away, a general, more red. But usually, all Division 1 for now, I don't know, lucky experience, but I think Sky FC prepared so much. Everything they did here, they're so right. And especially Omohete Karela, with that back three on the counter-attacking situations. Some of the times, how Mura box room, not ensure say a Division 1 and a premium opponent airball. Quality differences are not yet so wide. Somebody might argue, say, no, Premier League for a total team almost second string side. And that unya that kind of competitive element within the setup. But General, trust me, from here, and Albania say the first goal no here, and it was a goaler. Make it a Division 1 for na Esha go away. First of all, what you need to take note, two players now battle for the situation. I mean the ball. So you find out that there's a defender here, and Karela sorry, Sky FC so attacker. It's one-on-one situations. At this time, goalkeeper not committing one because he's a bit unbalanced. But you know, one thing a year, Kakran said Sky FC are not showing say Omubomu and the Division 1 side. So how many players can you find here in blue jersey as against the red ones? I mean Karela, Sky FC. So anytime Sky Air attack your man, they came in numbers. So I'm gonna try say Flaxi, the attacking third of Omutimo, and I keep saying say show any sign of making us tiredness or even jittery within their own backline. Any single move they made, geared towards getting a goal. And look at that goal from a young chap here for Sky FC. First of all, the ball was floated from deep. And now a better Karela defense. So the back three was exposed because this is Emmanuel Anafo for Karela. He was so late. Now this is another cross-field pass. And this is the number 10 who really generated the build-up. So I drop it deep. Abba connected and then they kind of say a link-up play. Usually these players bought tier Premier League side no general now kakra, but on this circumstance how I try so keep ball no even getting entry into the area no or show a lot of confidence and then the man in your penalty at the man side in Sky FC. This is Karela. Everything they did last season was superb and route to that top 4. But I feel General and in terms of goal scoring, last season, don't forget, they had 43 goals scored as against 33 conceded. It means even goals, General, not more positive balance. But I feel here, especially that back three has always been exposed. Left side of a team, they have spaces as Sky FC try set building more chances in so each and every moment, always Anafol has always been late and he's part of the back three. But at this point, there was also another tactical question. Obebusa said, then where is the wing back? But for Sky FC to be always maneuvering their way out through the weaknesses of Karela team, now I am a how they got this information. Always Karela team, try say, remember these chances, remember see these certain chances to Sky FC, and it was one of the moments Sky defense, a year era, a set a Division 1 team, or body at tier Premier League. Even with that, they really recovered in time, or making sure say 2 goals, a best stay absolute. Normally they are progressing, and they are called the next stage of the competition. Away from that, General Yanko, the tournament at Ecoso, the 7th edition of the CAF Championship for the U23 side. And here Cameroon wants somebody a potential team are gonna bet me anymore along with Niger team. They've had a couple of good players like Marceline, Mbabi, Jerome, Mbekele, Ives Mukoko. All these players, Thomas Bawak, Chet Moluwali. These players, General Omo Asambo and Aliom Saidu, the manager for Cameroon, and they've been doing some good job. Every single situation I've been analyzing for Cameroon, one thing I saw so out of your observation. Hey, how many players are usually on the box room? So you have about 4 players around the box, and it means this is an attacking side that so they come in numbers. So one tries to stay in shape and in compactor. A coin before some of the ball they can always overload you in your own box. So look here, you have about 3 white jerseys from Congo, but Cameroon and the sure say air attacking their numbers here, and it means that almost sustain pressure until they get the ball at the back of the net. Usually, Chan team and yet my never experience because we are locally assembled, but share the talent a display how we show a lot of commitments, especially on the field. So Ghana Nimna Okoshia team in Cameroon, I would say it's an area a general say you prepare, you repair certain things should be our defense, because Cameroon actually a lot of intent or the final third against certain teams. Look at that goal from Cameroon against Congo, an in swing, but where the connection fell, nobody absolutely from Congo any idea. And this is a team I the other member of potential teams a bit Niger, the club, country who say white, possibly for Niger. Football bet me I'm big shocks, but general trust me. Congo, Niger, and your country bet me my men kind of pressure be even though yet me say near back and sign a so like a championship side. But versus in Niger side, a lot of things they lack. One, control on and off the ball. They can't control the momentum, especially switching tempos between the first and then the second halves. On the second half, from what that game until sometimes around the 55th minute and sign on me about game. So for Niger, Ghana mini issue even though there are shocks in every aspect of football. But for Cameroon, we really need to prepare before General you bet me Akwako face your possibly Saturday. And then you have 7 p.m. You be who your next opponent. I think Senegal so if you bet me you bet me but for the time being, General, I mean, thank you for me information. No kakrano, Sianamo, Niger and Cameroon potentially. You bet me move back. Cameroon, a side on bet me a higher power, but for Niger, I don't think they are side on bet me a my pressure be. But those teams, and your task, the task has always been the ultimate. But before the ultimate, we need to deal with one of them. And more information kakra and a general meet me wash and
okay, Newton Latte Marie Jata. Can some back one next time. Na fear the answer we so at the abroad. I'm say yes there. I be a coso come show you be the dean. Nti yemfa no sa but still the only room kwalade e wo still. All right, yen to me dey so emfa Kessben 3.3 live on Kessben television. But I'm say come Mickey ever be transina or the local stories no and so Bremo. Yeah, peja emuno could you drag a crano before say Marijata ebebano. Now ye ka division 2 ni 1 clubs na say penifo na befa.
Yeah.
Na almost edisike room. Facilities are division 1 clubs, division 2 clubs, they be one premier clubs no money quarter cra. Now almost our top players are almost very good and the best clubs no. And you know, a true local tourists has a more once I'm Caribbean, but in the so I can home now they are brain. About the Bufakwa and the Diana match. The guy might have all his good reasons to complain, but confronting the official in the manner is all wrong. Elsewhere, he would have been banned from entering the stadiums. It's not an act to encourage. I'm very disappointed in the policeman who was just behind the officials and yet allowed him to get such a close contact with them. If he had intentions to harm the officials, the story would have been different. If the game had gone in favor of the away team, it will have been the complaining that the referees were influenced by his threats. Okay, nifty make would we if Italy and so abeka program no but menya obi a wakotwa ura Sunyan Coronation Park baby a tunnel no ewo any baby a na ye ni TV so see no dey free Sunyan abreme colossal then or the buy and yes and obi akọ Sunyan Coronation Park was see akotwa we dey breme say baby won twa ticket ni hwe we tunnel no wo no okay any baby o mu twa ticket no any access to sa tunnel way from baby a omu chete no be fans no constant no no yeah and okuyi awde ebremi na che say e ho na
baba ma you good shows
so is it what to on so ma local no it was match days no be be to
yeah
and short no just a bit ma better shot na it me hu
like the obvious or training says you try take it now and sana benya access to the stands no ube fat now na referees ni players ni family ube fed him say sana okay but I think that a referees referees no ni players ni ba omutimi close I'm suspecting so omutimi close baby unya kwa enra
okay
what I say because the main purpose of yes tunnel no e covers on say fans enya access to the officials players ebra omura inside
okay Kwa Mickey
General
ma yenti do
Mr. Lex Abebio chairman of Bofoakwa game ni course general wan kwa kohwe game ni bi abra Bofoakwa ni Diana Stars e boye nti after the game and video no your boy TV ni so no almost send the command was setting up investigation committee. Now investigation committee were more up to an area 12 o'clock. Send the pensia, one more form of findings, and that's one more form reporting, bra. Now report no was say.
Time in your shoulder.
But what say?
Time in your shoulder. One more yes, investigation.
Until one money past 6
less than 1 day.
Yes.
How?
Or say the past 6 and one more money say. Omunyinan transim boom. No more reporting, bra. Individually, Obian fan reporting, bra. In connection with 3-2 results now. Mono and only idea Mr. Alex Abebio. Now me try say kebeti me na kasa, but I say until say the report in the bebano and san with me kasa. Was most of the matches no onko VIP on tana stance no, but this game in particular oko otukwankwe yiye into wankobi but omede video no abre no ama video ne buy was set up committee individually obi am fan report bra nipa 6 that's abra make say owedwumem we busy but nipa baako ascending report e dia mano nti aka nipa 5 we expect say wo me de beba and no Ghana Football Association top hierarchy nipa baako frame in connection with the video say omope video no nti January no me send e de koy me the video no amomo me the man wie no after 1 hour no more frame back say almost start investigations into a video no
the GFA.
Yes, the GFA.
Omo interested.
Nice top hierarchy me person me bone pakodi but ma send the video no de akọ e de akọ akoma omo a video a wo de buy no aha nti eno ne sese situation as Atlantic by 3 o'clock I be band Mr. Alex Abebio on the chairman of Bofo Kwano General obema ye update e de afa ho e de afa investigation mpempen so akọ akodru na General ma men ko GFA na so GFA no say womo appointee coach bia Chris Hilton and nenam so ma appointee no womo appointee coach bia no mo GFA asat now General omo bie kwan to so bia mfa na application mbara obi amfa ni CV mbara mbp juma esco enyanye meeting na womo expect say esco be meeting first week of February na some meeting no eba so a eno be decide so mo ko head hunting ana say won be application ato am obi atimi apply enu nti se we obi na do application akotum e wo GFA fanisa application ade ko no GFA no en consider because according to investigations no won so mun be kwan to so obi an apply nti se ko ba se won be head hunting na o ma be ko pe coach no me de aba e ko ba so mu be application ato na wa apply a sabre ya omun consider application no gise omu bie tu ono ana obetima apply je no pacho clear pacho what you say aha wo me say satana omu bie application to so bia mbe apply into apply a wa wasem but esco ni be meeting first week of February omu share and the modalities be ba say omu head hunt and na say omu bie application ato omu bie tu na apply some application no consider but this application why any day they will not consider it and only asem free over General Mamenko baby any Gold Stars Jonathan Apia ono na baby any Gold Stars supporters chairman General asem papa no dia to Johnny say baby any Gold Stars supporters wo so mo mba matches no wo mo mba biom because match omni Kumasi Asante Krokoboy no Prince Kwabena ekobo penalty abra ya catch and say coach Michael said to nim say men kobo penalty no and Branton ya so den and kobo penalty no inti just management no action aso se management no an suspended Prince Kobena wo supporters no wo mba stadium da eno ne eye supporters no wo nsem wo de to eye supporters leadership no enim ye betie men nsem a Mr. Jonathan Apia je no no eye supporters ne chairman no what they are to job.
I started from Kotoko, and the Kotoko, no, if they miss him in your panity. And I thank you, Timisha. And I come up and find or say panity. Since then, and almost say Kotoko, baby, Kotoko, Timisha, whatever be any the share. Then yes, opportunity to answer saying, yeah, in a woman party game. On to say, yes, I saw no cabin, no woman party game. Yes, sir, on my matches game. Genesis business about an idea so quiet and on for Casa. Check can be about self. Now, I'm going to make a can say, and say a foot cacra. Because a foot crown by the circles. I wish I called and I said, but Cotocono, can you keep questioning now, but yeah, Mrs. Anya, no, down here on for your hammer for. Then you visit the time at also. I listen to Caesar. Nti no kan say kifesa samba share dia ne yemfa park and sa kwa say sa ne ma miru na akofa sa dia na ba okay man gani akasa say enka appoint you no mdi bia a she coaching sa say kwabna dia nde bia coaching sam ko mu tin san coaching ga ma so sene kwabna ko so ne nkwani adwuma say sa na so ma coach ani na adwuma nti hono mu jama coach nti mesma ka che so pode sense munya bose ko zo ha gen ya so de na ne ha mo pa ne se okofa preti no coach ma ka che so mo kan che so unjai ne mo no mo ino ko boy tede ba ko ha man for pa no ya ko mo mi problem dia nti ya de se no sia mani ya na hu se o mo je dia ma coach nti na
General, where Mr. Jonathan Apia, baby, any Gold Star supporters, or my chairman, and this handsome way, at their two jar. Yanko across the book, has a book, a coach, or there are two management in him. say ne meni has empe striker anasa management no empe striker mfama no say Burkina Faso striker ba kwa ba bobo edema AS Douani has of work any din komo say kwambia so obetima ba be sia kan and so edema has team no because the coach raka say ne meni ohia striker apart from enom has of work edia to eye Di Maria nim say ubo na players no wo mo contract na ka 6 months na omoko 5 months no ma sase ne clubs din komo Di Maria enne ana ne contract no eka 1 year enne next year sabre na ne contract no expire has a book at the proposal of 2 years contract and Di Maria sombra na omet sign sa contract no said be any contract 1 year akano ometima extended at the amanom but as at now abrante no entimi any has a book impanyim for enkosia extended contract no but enne afisene na Di Maria contract with has a book no and also abana wie Maxwell Abekwe has guswa and Olympics edin komo e dia fa ne ho na pese so kodo se Maxwell Abekwe Olympics for e da to asenim so when you offer from a year amanone akwabase office na when you from amanone and go through there what metana so ma consider sabrante ne betima besia kan e dem class of work bobo ekonum eno ne hihia edo e de fa Maxwell Abekwe wono so so eya kensia e waso timi kobo e dem has work no
Di Maria de no oni manager no eni nkomo
ne manager ne di nkomo yes my friend
no your classmate no
I am a classmate
and do the open information na umre
I fa no ho and my friend busa no no same it's true the contract no be so and a year today na the contract na expire with us but has
make extension no
I has at the proposal amount so most person extending for 2 more years but omunya ne has international but has proposal for 2 more years almost say person contract no be 6 months and say na play and go until
oh do the say Mickey enya asema quickly now what jump to his defense
no we dey defend me
we dey not take his stance until we can be said that we also
has aka 1 year has so mama 2 years contract you go Di Maria so you no so say empowerment saka they are studying it to repem number ba on fire no man
Di Maria na answer about kan
ton kwa yemi ensent ya don kwa na te
emu no
emu atrement emu atrema into the way they you knew quickly
do Mike no do no
you know into other service
yeah
emu atrema yes
no do Mike no into no no necessary city for Di Maria de no enso contract but on review general say the medical kind to jano and a review panel committee no omo any 3 referees enso be ebehia ni nyina no for Premier League matches akoso a wo mu gide say referees ni bo a wo mu modemo no enso ntimi ankon kan no wo mu ebe invite omo na meetings awodo no omo timi omo review yes games awodo a eno so timi course so wo Premier League no cameramen any referees GFN omo bills ni bi no GFN etua bi e de free o e de amom ebi okem de but majority no GFN etima try etua e de free o ne amom se de be a ebetima bo omo na eye league ekoso wo metimi atoa so di Kumasi Asante Kotoko eye justify Sabri o ma select some of the players wo me did so me fit for under 15 under 19 no o ma select players no but akwa metima faso na players no hye ejumedi ase no eno na fe na management no consider modalities also me to say players no wo me train no pa o me be wia o me campi players no ni nyina no hye Sabri management no wo me so mu wie ni nyina nhihye bi da ho bia no wo metimi na ba betu dwa emi on players no sa omo ba no nhihye a wo metimi aye ede amomo genua ekopie mu se ediana stars boboko no wo mo ye protest e de tia Kumasi Asante Kotoko se Kumasi Asante Kotoko wo mo player ba ko e friend Nicholas Mensa yes wo mo gide sa branch no okuta double registration and wo si akan e de ama Kumasi Asante Kotoko Saniete, Yakupie Modiana stars Boboko no aswe no. Wama say wama ati bibisa, but asat now omunye protest bia enti Kumasi Asante Kotoko emfa Nicholas Mensa edieno. Jeno a yemfesia.
It's okay. Mnanoko. Mami fa commercials ka krebi. Me bapa na fi mreka krana aka no. Ye de asan ewurewura mu ebiom. Do okay. Although I'm a Kotoko fan, at this point, I'm convinced that the Ghana Football Association is not being fair to Accra Hearts of Oak, considering the number of players that have been called to their national team and the number of players that are injured. But when you think about sympathizing with them, then you also think about how they manage their team. Why did the management terminate some players' contract when they knew their squad size is already depreciated because of Chan? Justice, Udwe Efri Mamponesem Health Center and Abrayan. Joe, is that if that is how the police arrest people, then the Indian police failed to do their work during the World Cup. From OK Westlife Boutique, Obwase, Ona Odiwe, and so Abrayan. Boaz, Udifri, a Fienya, and Crown, baby, a Fienya, yes, because Fienya United, yeah. Please, I want to know if a free Barnier is legally qualified to play our upcoming game. Okay, those who Ubusa and no. Akwasi Prempe Mustafa, a sports enthusiast, will say it's a shame. I'm disappointed in watching this video. Why are we doing this to our game? Ash Gold must be brought back into the GPL because no team in Ghana has that merit to participate in the league. Why? What have we done wrong? Keto Kreku and his ESCO members must bow down their heads in shame, and we want to have the best out of these clubs. God the Almighty is watching us all. Akwasi Prempe Mustafa, sports enthusiast, Unaudiwe, and so Ebrayen. Ma Minshaway, good day, Sajo. I'm a medical journalist, and I've written a well-researched scientific article on Pepe. Kindly help me get in touch with them. Okay. May the Dr. Grace Bodu number Ebemao. Nafi also no mudin ko kakra efa home. All right. Me fa commercials kakra me ba nafi ye de mrena aka no ababai nsem no emu. Ye nchekra.
We'll be right back. We'll be right back.
Adraman taking a corner kick for his side. Good play by Inu. Prince through the middle. It looks good. Gold Stars putting their passes together. La. Prince looking for La, but the chip was a bit feeble.
Yeah, and just when they were building momentum, trying to create an opportunity.
It's now an opportunity. Dese Mokwala rounds up goalkeeper Joba.
Okay. Yes, I'm going to have a Emra program. No, so I'm going to na echo. Franco Naro. Young born 7 to 5. 7 doors at a time. No?
Yeah, in 7 doors at the time. No? But I think that Adriana, Bofoni Adriana game, no one some any video film mobile. No? It's more of a developing story. Into a year because we're developing. First of all, Bofo chairman no steps I will take his OT committee. I think is in order. Because Uti in 7 years now a chairman and Yasama be to me Adaso. I don't also know the strategy I will use to pese obinya the facts on the ground. Because issues involving match fixing yes say yati committee into 1 day, less than 24 hours, or form a report Mrano. I'm not too sure the strategy I will use a beer or a preliminary report around the whole thing and Sanwo a beer so setting up the investigation into the case are fine, but otherwise ebe nwa kakra say matches are allegations of fixed matches, probably allegations of betting. Now yes, Obinko investigating in a 1 day they should bring a report, but I need to understand how they want to go about the investigation. The FA, according to Mickey, and so say we're interested in the case and they would want to look at it. Yeah, how the FA will go about it once again.
Okay.
Because Ash Gold, the MZ, if you here and a tape BP, the FA said they were interested or go through of seeking the various logistics to supposedly unravel the whole thing and around it. until let's see how the FA will actually go about it and also buy something, because clearly this is the FA already let our Basen for a can somewhere bontia a go on any say image and reputation and the brand Ayo Modiano who go any ompene, and this is a clear case of a year idea a go on any say until if they are interested, let's see how they go about it. For me, an attempt should be made to try say sa kanka idea football nyano ye be ho asem enso aka e ho no baby any Gold Stars supporters no also Prince Kwabena, I think Prince Kwabena Usana, yes, oh yeah, no you're my life warrior from Division 1 days, and I think say oh can boy I'm cherishing the most or can be, but I don't know say be a boy no a developer who must be an IBBA. Because for supporters to say you're a player, so I could penalty, I say no, yeah, my stadium there. My dream say a too harsh. Supporters need tra or more bands, eso, more tra baby, I so mukudru. First of all, in such situation, yes, Michael say I've heard him say a Branton of four say penalty and yon and anke so to catch and say unyai, and a Branton boy. Clearly, say a switching be a horn man, a yes straight up. The head coach, and they are switching Bemano. In football, sometimes players will draw an agree and say, ni mentality, not dream, be a chance only bit to my bache. Will be to my kobache. But when coach are catching so nyai, they are dealing case so nyai. But when Yana switching boy, a coach and them, we crowd in Kevin Pa and go beyond the coach to the management. Let alone say, manage coach and young trainers, management, yes, supporters, and mind trainers, Yemma Stadium, Omunya Butre. Gold Stars dance park, baby. Football is so lively. Attendance of Omina in one area, attendance in that bad. You know, I'm saying time into the
time into Yemfa in Siadebia, Agroya Deno, na Kofan Simpi, Madiasu Esa, Aquentufo. Na Enra Ivan Sprempe, a general manager. Edema Bofa Kwatano on the AC FM, AC 107 points. Is it 1 FM? Usunyana.
Yes, AC.
AC Usunyana, okay. Ono mo kasai na social media, and I mean who in the same way. Or say coach on the kasa or AC no say. It would have been a greatest win for Bofa Kwatano FC if we had beaten Aduana Stars with a ticket to the next stage of the MTNFA Cup competition. But unfortunately, we lost. That doesn't mean the match was fixed. I overheard Anas Musa Thunder talking to Joe Laka that Bofua Kwatano versus Aduana Stars match was fixed by the management. He will meet the management of Bofua in court for that defamatory statement. We are prepared as a club not to lose focus, the form, and the momentum. The form and the momentum will not be this will not be what?
Distrusted.
Okay. By these these derisive words used by the passerby. Wow. You fancy na see you as a committee. General manager say or the Koko. So which is
now for records
for
records in common new one kase match na fixed.
Yeah.
Or see Drew Stadium na nkrofo kabet.
He never said that.
And Otiti no mo ka kire say match na 3-2. And o referee no say the what here ni. Enti se bibi sa o amu mani mem sa.
That's it.
These words.
The tape is here. All right. Yedebesia na nyakopon yadoma 3 p.m. yede dia kan nyina enso abre da mu nyina si da kusi you're very, very careful wherever you are. Breaking news up next. Here in the Kenny warning.
Mese wuti Kenny warning. So who's kabat because
Nascafo omo ntiro mo bia.
Sir.
Hey, unni asempa. Escafo mo di asempa pa, baby so enni asempa.
Yes, Kenny no di asempa. I want you to ba.
Yeah, ho jene there
better number. You be sure no me say akra mo nyina da wase.